Welcome in, everybody. We are here in the grand finals. I'm going to put grand finals here. Grand finals of the Nations Cup last chance qualifier. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, it's Sweden 2. On the right side, it's Sweden 1. We got Sweden versus Sweden. I wonder who's going to be making it into the league stage after this best-of-5 series. It could be Sweden. It could be Sweden. Let's get into it, everyone. Here we go. Final best-of-5 of the day. We're getting Twitch gambles for all these games. Keep your eyes out for those gambles and all that good stuff, and let's load on in. So, this is a little bit of housekeeping ahead of time. Let me reposition my chair here. There we go. A little bit of housekeeping. We are going to be having the Meta Madness style of draft, so the heroes that are picked and played cannot be played in future maps within this best-of-5 series. Lucio and Blaze will be banned away. They could be picked up in map number 2, but the moment they're played, they can no longer be, they're no longer viable or available. You also cannot burn bans on heroes that have been played. That was something that I think Sven tried to do in the last Meta Madness tournament, and it was, no. If Sweden loses, I'll gift a sub. Whew, Cav, big money out here. Blaze and Lucio for Battlefield. So we're going back to Battlefield. We were literally just there in a 30-plus minute match between Russia versus Sweden. Obviously, Sweden 2 beat Russia, and Sweden 2, I don't think they really even took a 10-minute break. I'm trying to look here really quickly. They took like 6 or 7 minutes. It really wasn't a full break. I'm surprised. I think they wanted to get back into it. They probably ran to the bathroom, refreshed beverages, and they're back ready to go because they're probably locked in. We do have your Blaze, your Rel banned on the left-hand side. It is going to be Lucio and Tyrael banned away on the right. And first pick will be what? Now, the hero pool is an ocean open to the side of these two teams, as only 4 heroes of the 90 total have been banned. And it's a first pick Chen. Pandemonium. Man, dude, my buddy Brian, he'd be very happy. We've had a Chen in all 3 of our series today. Loving the big panda buddy. What will the side of Sweden 2 be going for when it comes to their starting pickups here? Do they want to go into an early Johanna? Do they want to pick up some sort of Vala for sustained damage? Do they consider a Tyrande?
Every death comes honor. With honor, redemption.
It is your Anubrak Hanzo on the left-hand side. Chen is going to be your first pick. I could see a Garrosh here to maybe punish Anubrak's Burrow initiation, and then maybe like a Rhaegar because you get baseline cleanse. You have a level. You have a baseline cleanse. You can go Purification 7.
Balloon, grant us strength.
Chat. I'm just saying. I doubt it with the Malfurion realistically though. Stitches could be a play. They could go for like a Stitches comp with the Malfurion. I don't think they will. I think it's gonna be like a Diablo or something. I think like Diablo with Malfurion would be really good. Tracer sustain damage. Chen has some flying kick dive value. Could see a Muradin as well for the main tank. I like both of those options. Maybe an Anduin ban to get rid of Leap of Faith. Could be a Genji ban as well to get rid of Shibata Bros. Possibly a solo lane. Okay, so they'll get rid of Genji. Okay. Genji is removed. No Shimada Bros for this map number 1 in our final best of 5 of the day. What do they want to roll with the Anubrak Hanzo? Maybe get a solo lane and a healer, and then they can flex their last pick. I think that's some pretty good draft mentality.
Glory to the Horde.
So this could be a 4-man Thrall, or it could be a solo lane Thrall into the Chen. I think Thrall into Chen is not too bad. You could easily pick up your Maelstrom weapon and try and beat up Chen anytime he goes to drink some brew since he's standing still. Pharaoh's Spirit could be an easy lockdown as well, or easy stackage as well. Last 2 picks. Polymorph from Brightwing's really annoying. I could see a Johanna, I could see a Muradin, maybe not Diablo. Oh, they are going to go Garrosh.
For the Forsaken.
And Sylvanas is up and available. She will be picked up here. All right, so it is Last pick here. You know what? You know what's really wild? The only Imperius we've seen in today's games, and we had 9 games earlier, is 1 ban onto him, and it was the last map in the last series. We haven't seen any other Imperius otherwise, which is wild.
Frostmourne hungers.
Solo lane Arthas, 4-man Thrall, but Tracer Sylvanas from Sweden. It's also a Captain Rex Sylvanas, and memory serves right, Captain Rex is a really good Sylvanas. Let's get into it, everyone! Alrighty. Let's rock and roll the final series of the day. Every gamble's gotta be a big one, right? What a quick load-in, too. My gosh. Left side is Sweden 2 with your Make Thrall, Burgult, Brightwing, Skoga, Nubrak, Max Passion on the Arthas, and Gia on the Hanzo. Right side is Sweden 1. We've got your Azerite Tracer, Wubby Chen, Captain Rex Sylvanas, Gunnar on the Malfurion, and Sven is your Garrosh. You got your 1-2 punch for the Tracer level 1. It is your freshest ingredients on Chen. You got your Unfurling Shadows, sorry, Unrelenting Torment. Unfurling Shadows used to be the level 1. Unrelenting Torment for the Sylvanas at level 1. You do have your Emerald Dreams, the Unrivaled Strength on Garrosh. It is Simple Geometry for Hanzo. Legion of Beetles on a Nubrak, Hypershift Brightwing. Arthas and Thrall. Arthas' Frost Presence, Thrall. What are we? Crash Lightning! We are Crash Lightning, chat. Do I still have the Trash Lightning emote? Is that in this channel? I want to say I added it back in, but I really don't remember. I did make a Crash Lightning Keck W emote a long time ago. I don't know if it exists anymore. Malfurion and Tracer are going to look to back out of bottom lane, as it is going to be Hanzo Brightwing up against the Azerite Gunner. And top lane seems to be the priority for the time being. A little bit of damage under the Fort Gate from Sweden 1. You don't? Okay, I probably got rid of it to make room for better emotes. $16 baseline stacks for your Sylvanas, Howling Blast 2, Simple Geometry 1. We do have a little bit of pressure onto Skog here. A little, Flame Breath coming out. I think Cav showed me that emote back when we were playing Jedi Survivor. Might have been Stark. I'm not 100% sure. Memory eludes me on that one. Howling Blast lands onto the Chen, a little stagger active. Max Passion going to get hit with a flying kick from Wubby. Azerite coming in. Root from Malfurion down the ground. There's going to be a Pulse Bomb onto Max Passion. The Facial from Brightwing will be good. And Hanzo in the bottom lane will be able to take down the Garrosh and second kill over the side of Sweden 2. So, what do we got going on for level 4s? Slightly faster course to Sweden 2 since they have the extra kills in hand. Pretty standard stuff across the board. Really nothing crazy to mention. So we'll move on to the right-hand side. I do want to point out the Sylvanas will go into Haunting Arrows level 4. Otherwise, standard stuff as well. Pulse Generator for the Tracer. That of Barbs and Nubrak. And it is about a half a level difference between the two teams. Some camps to be grabbed on the left and the right. Wave pushed up in bottom lane. And we'll see what our first objective contest is going to look like. Garrosh on the right. No Impale to hit him. Sylvanas in top lane is going to get hit with a Howling Blast. A Frost Resonance from the Arthas will be picked up for his Frozen Tempest. So Tracer will clear out the bottom lane Fallen Shamans. This is a start on the Immortal from Gia, just playing it safe on the left-hand side. Sven going to try and step up with a Groundbreaker. Make Chain Lightning, getting a stack on Crash. Burrow, Impale on Sylvanas. Feral Spirit to root. And Arthas will follow it up. Max Passion and Gia working together for a third kill. As a 7th Howling Blast lands onto Wubby, flying kick into the wave to avoid giving stacks over to that Frozen Tempest from Arthas as he is going to continue to have in that active and just harassing the Immortals. Will they heading to the east to west positioning? And we'll see who's going to be able to come out on top. It does seem like for the current rate, Sweden is going to be leading. Damage on this right side is pretty decent. Most of it actually going on to Make right now from Azerite. And a good scatter from Hanzo will be just about enough to settle things in the first race. Immortal goes to top lane, a little bit more, well, actually completely defended. Bottom lane, I think, took a small amount of poke damage from a minion wave. And let's see what the first siege from the Immortal will yield, as it is going to be 7 talent on both sides. Moonfire goes out onto the Immortal. A few more slams and such as well. And actually, the Immortal's not going to get a ton of... Wubby? Absolutely fine. I saw the cluster of heroes on my minimap, and I was like, that could be a dive onto Chen and a kill, but it looks like not going to be the case. Arthas and Hanzo. Howling Blast lands onto Wubby, who did tap well. That's going to be Wubby trying to back away with the Elusive Brawler. And that Elusive Brawler allows them to back away. 25-second cooldown. Any augments on that? Basic attacks, Chen, reduce the cooldown by 2 seconds, yeah. 8 of 15 regeneration globes for that precious ingredients. 25 baseline stacks Sylvanas, 7 on the Crash Lightning for Thrall. He needs another 8, and he'll be able to get his first milestone, which cannot be lost if he dies. But if he dies right now, he drops down to 1. 6 stacks lost upon death. 16 of 20 for the Hanzo, 11 of 20 for the Arthas. On the level 1 and 53 of the 150 for his Frozen Tempest. Sorry, Frozen Wastes. Haunting Arrow from Sylvanas active. She's going to try and get some extra stackage on that baseline. Wind Fury activation of Thrall. He does have an 8 stack on Crash. Here comes the Anubarak. Try and get some pressure onto Tracer. The Howling Blast once again. Dude, Max Passion on this Arthas is landing such good Howling Blasts. Immortal phase, or the second Immortal, is going to be popping up here in the north-south positioning. We do have left side Fallen Shaman up in 16, right side up in 20, which will be just about when the Immortal spawns. So it does look like Thrall and, yeah, Make and Gia are going to be setting up for this left side Fallen Shaman. They may be a little late to the Immortal, but it does look like Anubarak is kind of scouting out with some beetles and such here and there. Arthas and Chen in bottom lane just having a bit of a dance back and forth. Brightwing still chilling in top. There's a wave that has got some possessed units from Sylvanas. And this is your Fallen Shaman still being worked on the left-hand side a little bit late, but I don't think it's going to be that detrimental. Brightwing will probably phase shift in the bottom after clearing out the wave that is Sundering Dragon's Arrow Cocoon, which immediately goes into Tracer. Blink Heal and Army of the Dead for Arthas. Howling Blast. Impale goes out a little early. Tracer does get the recall. Blinks to the side. Chain Lightning getting a 9th stack on that on that Crash Lightning. Well, Kaimo, in theory, you have 2 more maps you can gamble on. At minimum, you have 2 more gambles. Anubarak burrows looking for Wubby. With a flying kick, it goes over. Uh-oh, that's going to be a Sundering to follow up the Howling Blast, but it's not going to be enough to take down Chen. He drinks up some brew. He gets some heals from Gunner as the heroics on the right side come through as well. You've got your Decimate, Wailing Arrow, Tranquility, Wandering Keg, and Sticky Bomb for Tracer as the Feral Spirit lands onto Wubby. Azerite with a few more autos here and there. Crash Lightning up to 11 of the 15. 4 more needed for Thrall. Max Passion caught out here. Army of the Dead activated. And that is not going to be enough to live there. Arthas falls the first kill over to the side of Team Sweden. Number 1. Simple Geometry is now done. The Sonic Arrow goes out. Is it Giant Slayer 16 or Piercing 16? I'm curious. I can see viability for both. Tracer's currently working on the north side of Immortal, by the way. Just currently doing Tracer things. And Scatter lands into Sven, chunking. Pharaoh Spirit, Indomitable's forced out. Burrow goes in. Nubarak is going to be thrown to the side. The Dragon's Arrow connects. And there's the pure race right now. Chen inside the cocoon. Who's going to get the Immortal? It's so close, but it will be the side of Sweden 1. Getting their Immortal for the second objective phasing. Pharaoh Spirit, good night, sweet Tracer, as a Howling Blast finds the Garrosh, 19 of 20 stacks. And Thrall, by the way, has hit the first milestone. Can't drop below 15. And he now has 270 additional damage on the bounces after the initial strike.
The demon moves to the gates of heaven.
And the bottom lane, Immortal, it gets almost the entire gate. It does actually get the entire gate, okay. Phase shift from Brightwing into the top lane, by the way. This is going to be Arthas thrown out of position. The Frozen Tempest active. The Wailing Hero does land. There's going to be a blink kill for Brightwing to see the miss afterwards. The Army of the Dead is going to be activated for Arthas trying to stay alive. Tracer going in with some decent damage. Wandering Kick from Chen, pushing Mass Passion to the side, as well as a little bit of the harassment, but this is definitely Arthas going to be falling to the Tracer and friends in the high side of the lane. No counter kill coming out from Sweden 2 as Sweden 1 builds up a bit more experience here, and later kills are going to be pulling in a bit more heroic experience. You can see that breakdown at the bottom of your screen, but it still is going to be a slight experience advantage to the left side by about, let's call it 1,000. Sorry, I forgot to breathe. Okay. Sorry, I forgot how to breathe there for a second. We do have your Chen in bottom lane. 13's up on both sides soon. 110 stacks for the Sylvanas. Crash Lightning picking up a 17 stack. So Chen will have this siege camp in bottom. Get some water here. Pixie Power, you've got your Urstating Spines, which is going to be casting Hardened Carapace will also deal 150 damage to nearby enemies, deals double damage against heroes. Shatter Armor is a big one for the Arthas, minus 15 armor for 4 seconds. And that is a chunk of damage on the Wubby, but looks like Wubby just drank up some brew. Has enough to share level 13. Will continue to drink up brew once again. Is done with the freshest ingredients at level 1. Frozen Wastes and Frost Presence Simple Geometry also completed. 110 of the 250 mark for Sylvanas. And Thrall is 13 Crash Lightning stacks away from getting the additional 325 on top of that 270. 595 damage on those bounces, and then you can go into Thunderstorm, which is the 30% buff if you have the 40% movement speed debuff stacked up, which is 5 stacks. Sven is going to be hit with a Dragon's Arrow, the Tranquility from Alfir, and helping out a little bit, giving a little bit more armor, I do believe. As this is going to be a Pulse Bomb going out, but it misses. Nubarak's able to burrow charge to the left-hand side. Max Passion aiming to back away with the Army of the Dead active in all of this. That is Arthas falling again. The Immortal phase number 3, or the third Immortal of the map, is going to be on the east-west positioning defensive sides as a fallen Shaman in bottom lane still pushing up onto the fort gate. But Sylvanas will go clear out the bottom lane fallen Shaman. Brightwing will soak top. It was a very strong opener for Sweden 2, but Sweden 1 is rallying, getting these consistent kills onto Arthas. And I think it's actually just been Arthas, right? Oh, wrong button. Yeah, just Arthas. Scatter going out. Chain Lightning. Little Impale as well. Just a lot of poke here. Sonic Arrow for vision around the enemy Immortal. About a 2k difference in HP as the Scatter looks to get a little bit of race. A Stormbow as well. Meanwhile, though, Chen is soaking top. Sylvanas is soaking bottom. Ooh, Sundering. Feral Spirit, Howling Blast, Dragon's Arrow misses, but it don't matter. They have the read on the Sylvanas Haunting Wave Teleport, and that'll be Arthas landing the Howling Blast and last little bit of damage, getting some revenge as it looks like Arthas will step up onto the Chen. There's a Trace on the left side. She'll be able to blink through that Howling Blast, but now we do have Wandering Keg. Impale goes out early from a new bracket. Might just be maybe he just Skog wants to use the best barbs. Maybe not trying to get that initial hit with the Impale. Trying to go for the slow and then getting the stun off of the Burrow Charge. But the first half of the Immortal phase picked up by the side of Sweden 2. We'll see our Immortals go to race sides for the second Immortal of the map. Sven looking to step up here on the left-hand side for a bit more harassment. And that is Immortal on the left side taken down, so... Let's see, Sweden 2 has got this Immortal for bottom lane with a slight Palantir advantage for a moment, but I think we're going to get 16s during this defense for Sweden 1. There's that Thunderstorm I was talking about, by the way, so while 40% bonus for the slow value, Chain Lightning damage overall increased by 30%. Crash at 20. 10 more stacks needed for that final mythic value. Arthas looking for maybe a flank angle into this. There's 4v5 in bottom showing. Arthas will be hit with a flying kick. Pulse Bomb connects as well. 25 armor for a moment during that. Icebound Fortitude level 4 or level 7, allowing that big Wandering Keg into the corner. Chin's gonna drink up some brew. That's gonna be a sleep onto Burgle, which will take them down. Gia gets the Dragon's Arrow, and that's Hanzo taken out. Flying kick over. Thunderstorm done for Make here. Looking to back away to save those Crash Lightning stacks, and Skog, maybe the next one to go down. Gets a Burrow. Gunner gonna get hit with a Chain Lightning. Stepping up for that potential Wind Fury activation, Make? Okay, that was a little scary there. Gonna reset the Immortal. Pushes through the bottom lane fort, gets into bottom keep area, and we'll get a little bit of damage. But honestly, the Immortal's still finding some phenomenal value for Sweden too. Inspired Minion Wave. It is Haunting Arrows level 4 for the Sylvanas throw. Lands the Feral Spirit. Gets a few hits here and there. Make trying to play it safe. Does not want to lose 6 stacks. This close to being done with the Mythic. Facial from Brightwing will be coming through. The fort in top lane getting a little bit low. It does get taken down. As the Crash Lightning sits at 25 of 30. Next Immortal phase going to be coming up around 17 plus minutes in game time. So we'll see some camps to be grabbed all around the map. Impaler camp for bottom. I'm assuming Impaler camp for top and bottom will be grabbed. An old relic of the past right there. Oh, boy. It is small wave pushed up a bit. Looks like there's a couple possessed minions as well from Sylvanas. You see that sort of purple glue glow on them. Speaking of Sylvanas, 49 stacks for her first milestone on those black arrows upon reaching 250. Increase the damage bonus provided by black arrows to 50%. We're all looking for a 26 stack and we'll be able to get it. Waiting for the wave to push up. Hanzo in the top lane. Does he rip a Dragon's Arrow from top? No, okay. There was like a second where I thought he was lining it up, but I think he was just literally mounting. So third Immortal, if I'm actually not mistaken, is going to be popping up on the east-west positioning in the race potential sides as we naturally see the blue team vision.
I will deliver this realm from your corruption, Hellspawn.
Okay, immediately going in for as much damage that can be done into this Immortal. Racing is looking real fast for both, and I'm honestly not sure who's going to be coming out on top and by how much. Wow, actually it's a 3k difference about. Wow, that's actually kind of wild. Immortals will swap sides. Blue on the left, red on the right. Defensive posturing. Sylvanas and Tracer will clear out the bottom lane. Fallen Shaman, Hanzo, and Thrall will go and make quick work of the top lane as well. There's not going to be any advancement from the enemy during this time because, yeah, the clear is just so quick. Brightwing is chilling in bottom by the fort. Black Arrow from Sylvanas activated to try and get more baseline stackage and also try and lock down the structure to maybe take it out. Scatters from Hanzo ricocheting around. A Sonic Arrow to get a little bit more vision. Does scat out a few enemies in the disengage. as we are going to be seeing more posturing. 20 talent here, getting really close for both sides. In this map number 1 of our final best of 5 of the day. Keg smashed down on the ground. Shadow Dagger from Sylvanas lands onto Skog. Do you have Arthas heading in for a flank? Setting up for maybe a flank. Howling Blast misses onto Azerite. Frozen Tempest is active. We have the Army of the Dead immediately activated. The Impale hits onto this. Chen, he's going to try and back away. Will he be able to actually do anything? He's stunned so heavily. Now, Fear and Tranquility hit with a Cocoon is going to be broken out by Tracer. Sylvanas is still pushing bottom lane in all of this, by the way. Scatters bouncing around once again, but it looks like with Sylvanas showing in bottom, getting a wave, this is going to be the call for the Immortal. Can they get the race before the enemies re-engage? Looks like a couple well taps are coming through from Sweden 1. Pulse Bomb on a Max Passion doubles back, but that might have been a mistake. Cleanse goes out as Max Passion's trying to avoid the root. Max Passion low, flying kick from Chen. Crash Lightning is done! That is a Feral Spirit going out. Max Passion and Burgles are able to back away, but I do think they lose the objective because of this. Wait a minute, well taps. Chain Lightning, Thunderstorm is done. Pulse Bomb on Amake has the Spirit Shield level 13. That spell armor was massive, and it's going to be... Oh my god, I can't believe it. Garrosh is going to live. This Brightwing to be taken down. The Wandering Keg into Make. Garrosh will be traded, but yeah, this is Make definitely dead. Bolt of the Storm to the side, and unfortunately they still fall. But as I mentioned, they're done with their Crash Lightning, so it doesn't matter. They do not lose any stacks outside of the Thunderstorm, level 16 flanking deep in from Chen. There's going to be a bullseye out from the Hanzo. Max Passion, Arthas will fall to Azerite Tracer. 8 to 9 in kills, 20 up on both sides. We do have your Get Stuffed Tracer, Precious and Purifying Brew, Bolt of the Storm Sylvanas, Deadly Calm and Serenity. As it is Invisible Friends, Wind Rush, Rewind to Nubarak. Death's Advance on the Arthas and the Bullseye Hanzo. Chen is finishing the objective, which will go into bottom lane. This is top lane keep being taken down. And they're not going to end? Wait, no, Chen... Okay, so they... Wait, Wandering Keg? No? No. Okay, we're all good. Well, Death Timers will be coming through for a few blue side members. We have 9 on the Thrall, 21 on the Arthas still. Tracer will finish up the Immortal, and this, as I said, goes into bottom lane. All right. The wave that was pushed up a little bit is going to be cleared out by Sweden 1 and Sweden 2. On defense right now. By the way, the Death's Advance increased the movement speed by 10%. Increased movement speed by 10%. Frozen Tempest maximum movement speed slow and attack speed slow increased from 40 to 60 as the Immortal taps support and takes it down. Can the members of Sweden 2 defend this? Looks like yes. Sylvanas is over on the stack. She's actually at 300 to 400. Army of the Dead activated by Arthas, and this is Immortal below 50%, getting some decent damage onto the keep. No Haunting Arrows from Sylvanas active. There's the Haunting, or the Haunting Wave. And they do get the keep here, actually. A lot more damage than I anticipated. Wandering Keg, Pulse Bomb, silence! A Nubarak will fall. G on the left-hand side, smashed up against the wall, the flying kick, but G gets the natural agility back into the Hall of Storms. As Chain Lightning throw a poke onto enemies, that is going to be a Feral Spirit as well. Decimate from Garrosh, getting a few spins. Serenity now from Gunnar. Shielding is not dropped at all, but it is going to be constant catapult pressure in top lane with no reprieve as the fort is still up there. Wubby with a bit of blue to soak up some damage for the allies, as he does have that enough to share. Shielding dropped. Thunderstorm done by Make. Groundbreaker lands. Goodbye. That Thrall is dead. Shielding dropped, and the HP of the core is starting to fall as well. Tracer still chasing in. Howling Blast landing under a few enemies with more armor debuff. Sylvanas, Max Passion, is going to be able to make it into the Hall of Storms in time. Wandering Keg pushing G around. A slow but a very effective end. Sweden 1 will take map number 1 in this best of 5 series here in the grand finals of the last chance qualifier for Nations Cup. Oh boy, whew, gosh. The exhaustion from today's games I can feel is kicking in during this match. I could feel it. I can feel the exhaustion starting to creep up on me there. But you know what? We're powerful people. We can make it through. We'll pay out the gamble. If you'd like to help us hit our sub goal, we are 7 subs away from April Chef Baha. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, Jesus Christ. April Chef Baha. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. We're going to get ready for map number 2. We're going to run some ads, and we will see you in the next lobby. Let's get going, everyone. All right, everyone. Thank you for your patience between the games. We are here ready to rock and roll into map number 2 in our final best of 5 of the day. A snap ban onto Deathwing. As you all know, this is the Meta Madness draft style, so the heroes that were played on the previous map cannot be played. Deathwing could be played at map number 3 if he's not banned there, but we do have Infernal Shrines with a Kerrigan ban also coming through. Get your gambles in. Waiting for the Chymotrypsin quarter milli gamble. Who will he put it on? We're gonna find out here. Pain. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I do want to play Insanity Mode Resident Evil 9. I do want to play it. I'm very, very tempted to play that game off stream a bit more. My biggest issue is that typically I don't want to sit in this room after streaming. Like, after streaming for like 6 to 8 hours today, I don't want to be in here anymore. Like, that's the hard part about being a streamer, is that when you're done streaming, you're like, I don't really want to play video games. Granted, though, I'm going to spend like 2 hours of the afternoon with Bandit outside, because he needs all the stretches, because he has been, yeah, I know, you're bored, I know, bud. So Deathwing Johanna, Maev and Kerrigan will be banned away. Blaze will be the first pick on the side of Sweden. And what are we going to have from Sweden 1? They're going to go Hogger with the Falstad. Okay. So good mobility from Falstad. Shrine is not too bad with the Hogger. I'm actually a little surprised the Hogger got snuck on through here. Okay, bud. I let you lick a little bit. Please don't chew on your nails now. I know you're bored, bud. I know you're bored. But don't chew on your nail because it's literally already chewed down. Blaze with what? Bandit. Please stop.
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
He chews on his toes sometimes when he's bored. Tyrael Junkrat with the Blaze. Could see a Sergeant Hammer pickup here, possibly. But I don't know if you really want to... I mean, Falstad Poke isn't too bad. Hogger's got some decent displacement. But Swift Retribution and stuff. I think there's a conversation of whether or not to ban the Hammer in this situation. I could definitely see a Hammer for Sweden, too, easily. Granted, though, there's still, like, Mephisto, Chromie. There's a lot of artillery up and available, like, really good artillery into the Sergeant Hammer. Diablo's going to be snap banned as well. They don't want to deal with the dive of that. Anduin hasn't been played. Hortipult with Light Bomb is not bad. Hog Wild with Light Bomb. We literally had a game-winning Hog Wild Light Bomb combination. So we could see that. Also, Gust could be a good way to just push back Hammer, but you don't want to burn a 60-second heroic just for that. ETC Anduin. Like the Anduin a lot. The ETC control is pretty decent. Sven does like their ETC. Last 2 picks. Will we see the Sergeant Hammer for the side of Sweden 2? Or are we going to be seeing just a standard healer and maybe some sort of sustained damage dealer? Maybe a mage like Gul'dan? Honestly, Deckard Gul'dan would not be bad here at all. Stay a while and listen. Horrify. I actually would love Gul'dan and Deckard Cain for this Infernal Shrines matchup.
I will fight to my last breath.
We'll see Rhaegar with Cassia. And last pick on the right side. Mephisto is up. We could see that. I don't hate the Mephisto, but Valkyrie could just pull him after he returns to Origin. Granted, there's Leap of Faith. Vala, maybe?
For the Nexus.
Orphea, huh? Good mobility, good poke. Maybe, like, Crushing Jaws in a Mosh Pit? Or... like a Mosh Pit Eternal Feast, I could see? Either way, it's gonna be an interesting one. Get your gambles in! And thanks everyone so very much for hanging out. I do appreciate all the support. Thank you for lurking, chatting. If you've been powering through ads and supporting the channel that way, it really does mean a lot. We don't make a ton of money off of ads. We make like 20 bucks a month off of ads, but that's 20 bucks that we can use to buy Bandit more food and treats and all that good stuff. So thank you everyone for being here. I really do appreciate it, but let's get into it. Map number 2 of our best of 5, final best of 5 of the day. And we're going to see here on the left-hand side, Sweden number 2 with Bergult, Rhaegar, Skog on the Tyrael, Make on the Junkrat, Max Passion, Blaze, and Gia as Eucasia. Right side is going to be Sweden 1 with the Gunnar Anduin, Captain Rex Falstead, Azerite Orphea, Wubby ETC. Wubby ETC, Sven Hogger? Wait, what? Sven's typically the main tank player. Wubby's typically the solo laner. Wubby's stepping up for main tank role? Interesting. Okay. You've got your Charge Strikes Cassia, Extra Wound Timers. It is also going to be an Adrenaline Stim Pack. Looks like we have a small DC from one of the players. Let's go ahead and just do that number. So we'll see Rhaegar with the Colossal Totem, as I think I mentioned. We also have your Salvation for the Tyrael, Extra Wound Timers, Adrenaline Stim Pack, Charge Strikes for the Cassia, Hogger with the On the Prowl. ETC is going to be Guitar Hero. You have your Ancestral Strength for the Orphea. Falstad is going to be picking up the Frequent Flyer, and Lightwell for the Anduin. Alrighty, well, it looks like we have a small DC that was caught early, so we'll wait for that to be resolved. I'm assuming it's just going to be a few moments to wait here, and then things should be all good to go. I'm hoping. Oh boy, if this is, I'm assuming this is Wubby main tank, which will be interesting. Granted though, Sven does like to change things up and do a little solo lane main tank from time to time. We'll see how the game progresses. Let's get back into it. Thank you for your patience. Also, 3 minutes to get your gambles in, as we've got some pretty big numbers and odds already out there. Orphea's gonna get a little Dread thrown out. Twin Flames poking a little bit here and there. And Blaze heads to top lane. Hogger to bottom lane? So ETC to top? Who's going to top lane? Falstad? Is it solo lane Falstad? With an ETC Hogger Anduin Orphea in the 4-man? I mean, Falstad into Blaze. Oh, I thought Max Passion was stealing that camp. Wubby power slides into the camp. Concussion Mine blasting Hogger up in the air. That's going to be a Hog Wild, and ETC taken down immediately. Falstad flies in the bottom and has to barrel roll away. A burn flight, and that is an unfortunate kill in favor of Team Sweden 2. As they work on bottom lane 4K. Now, first Punisher is going to be Arcane in the mid lane. That'll be up at 3 minutes for contest. Until then, it's going to be grabbing camps, getting some siege. Concussion Mine from Junkrat did not get the displacement I was anticipating on the Gunner. Looks like they were just to the side of that. Blaze in the mid lane is going to be pushed around by a staggering blow. As ETC is heading to top lane. Okay, so I feel like Sweden 1 had a bit of a draft blunder or something. Something with this composition just doesn't add up to me. Sven does have a very creative brain when it comes to draft theory and stuff like that. I'm not seeing it yet. I'm not seeing the setup for this and how it works out for Sweden 1 in the end. But we've got a lot of game ahead of us. 2 minutes in. Level 4s are here. Orphea going for the Allegrissimo at level 4. We saw this earlier today with the Ancestral Strength. I actually think it was Azerite who actually played that in the first best of 5 of the day. Went for the same sort of build up against a Deathwing team. Max Passion does not get the Jet Propulsion. Pops the Pyromania. Wubby comes in with a Face Melt, pushing a few enemies back. And there's your Arcane Punisher announcement. Hogger gets the camp for top. Left side was already grabbed. Hogger might have time to clear this. False. What? Wait, sorry, I apologize. Mid lane, ETC sets up the kill and gets the kill for Rhaegar. 1-to-1 in kills. As the Well of Light is placed onto the objective point. Fallen Shamans being worked on by the respective solo laners. And this will be Falstad flying into bottom to soak up more experience, as we do have ETC eating a Steel Trap. It is that Shattering Teeth level 4. Orphea starts the objective. Well, that's going to be a good chomp setup right there for the Orphea. She does get a good chunk of those skeletal defenders. Piercing Light, I thought it got a stack there, but I think I saw the animation of the Well of Light. TC power sliding through Gia. There's going to be a cleanse from the Rhaegar onto the Cassia. Azrael getting a little bit low, chomping onto Skog here. Who's going to be able to get the Eldruins? Might decide Leap of Faith is Kaimo cleanse onto Wubby. No pull to save ETC, but this is looking like its first objective from the side of Sweden 2. So, Arcane Punisher for the mid lane, 2-1 in kills. 7 talents here on both sides. Pretty standard stuff across the board. No Swift Retribution for material. You do have your nanomachine coating for the blaze for the attack speed debuff to enemies inside the oil spills and ignited oil spills. Mid lane Fort Gate is going to go down. We do have the Punisher jumping in just a moment if I'm not mistaken, but this will be Gate taken down. Wubby takes a little bit of damage, and this will be your rotation to bottom lane. Tyrael getting some shielding onto the minion wave, trying to get some extra damage onto the fort here, but Azerite has a chomp. Druid's Might is forced out. ETC looking to chase in. There's going to be a steel trap in the bush. Jumps out onto the Orphea. ETC is unable to get to the point in time to steal this away. Concussion Mine blasts Wubby to the side, but face melt pushes back Make. And our next Punisher will be at about 7 minute 30. Until then, it's the race to 10 talent tier for the next objective phasing. 62 stacks for Falstad at 5 minutes is not bad. Has that first 20 damage increase as we cycle through the numbers at the bottom of your screen. And I take a sip of water. Lightning Fury thrown out from Gia. I believe it was the Charge Strikes level 1 as I mentioned. Divine Star going out. ETC and Tyrael trading a little bit of damage between the two. But 10 looks like it will be faster to the left-hand side with the earlier kills and Mercenary experience, yeah. Heroic experience is kind of nothing right now. It's the Mercenaries, which is nearly double, and a little bit of that structure experience, but it's Frozen Punisher bottom lane. As I said, about 7 minute 30-ish in time, so we still have 2 minutes to go. Hawker does get a lot of siege in top lane, though, I gotta be honest. Sven doing a really good job of this solo. Jet Propulsion. Sven's positioning for that Jet Propulsion just was like, I'm just gonna be out of range. Heroic on the left as the music changes. Ball Lightning, Riptire, Sanctification, Bunker, and Ancestral Healing. Right side, what do we got? Hogger, by the way, max rage. Mosh Pit, Gust, Shockwave. Holy Word Salvation again? Gunner the Giga Chad? Falstad will die in bottom, though. Crushing Jaws for the Orpheus, so Crushing Jaws into like a Mosh Pit setup or something. Shockwave, Crushing Jaws, Mosh Pit. There's a lot of really good opportunities. Interrupts for your Holy Word Salvation, Riptire, Concussion Mine, Jet Propulsion. Is that it? I think it is. Chattering Teeth, I guess, with the Sticky Wicket, right? Because it's a silence. Not bad. I can't believe it. 2 times. This is actually the 3rd time this week we're seeing Holy Word Salvation. I love it. Second objective, bottom lane, as I mentioned. Spawning here in a few seconds. We do have the Frozen Punisher. Rhaegar already ready to go on the left side. Fallen Shaman. Looks like they're going to delay that a little bit as Falstad gets a quick wave in top. Up to 80-some stacks. Face melt onto Skog. As we don't have 13s yet, Well of Light is placed here. Falstad in the bush in top lane, waiting for Blaze to show. And Captain Rex will zone back Max Passion a little bit here with some of the ranged auto damage, and probably has flight up and available to join the allies in bottom. Absolutely they do. 4v4 in the bottom area. What's up, Vita? Augur, square bounce is set up. Oh, nope, it's a little awkward right there. Riptire from Junkrat has been summoned. Steals some of the skeletal defenders, but it looks like Sweden 2 is going to be able to get this objective. Power slide from ETC, Shockwave to follow up onto 2 enemies. The staggering blow to Skog. He gets the Ancestral Ball Lightning out from Cassia. Finds no further bouncing, but it just seems like it's inevitable for this objective to go over to the side of Sweden 2. Some allies will siege into bottom. Make in mid, Max Passion in top lane. Falstead still pushing a wave up onto the fort here, does have the inspired minion wave. Oil Slick is going to force the barrel roll out. Meanwhile, back in the bottom lane, the objective push getting 50 or more, sorry, more than 50% of this fort in bottom lane. And it will take down the entire structure. ETC power sliding on scope. Very haphazard play from Sweden 1 in this map, number 2, I gotta be honest. Just does not seem like they're... I don't know, it feels ever so slightly off. Like they're not really able to find the team fights. There's been so much priority on the scope consistently. Like, here we go again. He's gonna get the Eldritch Smite out of the Divine Smite. He's good to go. Like, there has been relatively no backline pressure. It's all been front to back into this Tyrael. Skog is gonna get a chain heal and is probably gonna be able to back away, as the easier their dynamite won't be enough. There's gonna be a mosh pit. Blaze caught by the mosh pit. Holy word, salvation! Now Max Passion is gonna get chased here, but it's Hogger who got taken down by Junkrat in the bottom left. And it is just a trade. Never mind. The mosh pit looked a lot cooler than it ended up being. Well. Loves of Alacrity for your Cassia once again at level 13. 16 is about a level away for these two teams. Closer, actually, for the side of Sweden 1, or Sweden 2. Sweden 1 in the red is down by a level and a half at this point, with the next objective being announced in like a minute 30. Hogger will soak up top lane. Fallen Shaman right, 50 seconds. Relatively the same on the left-hand side. 58, I believe it was when I checked it. They're not going to have the 16 for this fight. Hogger getting pinged in top lane. Is he going to have a Hog Wild to back out? See the rotation on the minimap, and Sven is going to be able to get the bounce off the high side of the wall. Hugs the north side of the lane, and we'll be able to disengage easily. Falstead still soaking bottom. 16 faster on the left. Earth Grasp Totem. You've got your Smite the Wicked, Endless Nades. You've got your Martial Law. Blaze has the Collision Course, so you could go into Juggernaut Plating level 13, or level 16, or Thermal Protection maybe. Those are the two common level 16s we do see. But this should all time out with 16 talents here for the side of Sweden 1 during this objective, or before it actually. Hammering out from Falstad. He needs 5 more stacks to get a... Oh no, he's at the second milestone. So he's got 70 increased damage now, looking for the Mythic with 145 to go. And there's going to be that Punisher, as I said. Close to 12 minutes in game time. Blaze still holding level 13, or level 16. Showstopper ETC, Glyph of Faith, Headbanger for some percent-based damage. You also have your Orphea going into the Dead Magic, and Falstad with the Ares Gust for a little bit more mobility. Oh, hello, heat treatment. Heal for 75% of the damage dealt by Pyromania. Okay. Oh, what? Anduin? Wait, what? Hello? Anduin, what happened, bud? Ball Lightning, Tyrael. Okay, so there's just a lot of damage. So the Hogger bounce is not set up properly. And Fallen Shaman pushes top lane. Yeah, honestly, every engagement just does not feel right for Sweden 1. I'm not sure what's really going on in this map number 2 for them. They looked a lot more on point together. And is this main tank swap really... Once again, it's a Tyrael dive. They do get the kill this time. Tyrael gets some damage onto Captain Rex. Mortar Punisher mid lane probably guarantees the fort. Nice bounce from the Hogger here, working on the minion wave. The Punisher can be started as well. Falstad flying up. Blaze gets a jet propulsion onto the Hogger. Actually, Punisher may not get the fort here. I thought the damage was going to be a lot more intense for the structure, but no. All right, good defense. Really good defense from Sweden 1. More Lightning Furies have been thrown out. Chomp from Orphea onto the wave here. Divine Stars are thrown out as well. Alright, it's the race for 20 at this time. Frozen Punisher bottom lane at 17 minutes about. Falstead's gonna push over the threshold of 200 stacks, but no extra damage until he hits the Mythic at 300. Orphea needs 2 more Mind Devourer stacks from her 7. And that's really all the questing talents to really mention. Camps to be grabbed, 1:30 on the left, 1:36 on the right. Bottom lane is 2:25, left side 2:07, right side 2:36. But that quarter experience gap still exists in favor of Sweden too. They'll be, at this trajectory, going to be hitting the 20 talent tier first. Blaze in top lane. Is there going to be a play into him? A minute on this camp. This is a very deep setup for I don't know what, realistically. Are they going to try to catch Blaze in this, like, super safe rotation or something? Blaze is not showing in top anymore, and Hogger will... Oh, weird setup. I think they lost a little bit of experience because of that as well. Gap is going back up to a half a level, it seems. I do think that there is going to be 20 talent tier for both sides for the next objective. As I said, I think it's around 17 minutes in-game time, so there's still a significant amount of laning to be done, and it's 19 3/4 to 19 1/2 about. What do we got here for the heroics and the upgrades on the 20? It's going to be your Farseer's Blessing, Holy Arena, Fortified Bunker, Extra Oomph, and Cassia. Infinite Ball. Oh, it is Infinite Ball. Okay. Blaze is already set up on the left-hand side for this Bruiser camp. Oh my god, yes, we got Light of Stormwind for the Anduin! Wind Tunnel Falstead. It is going to be your Eldritch Conduit for the Orphea ETC Torbus or Death Metal. Maybe Ride the Lightning. Hogger, Power Spike maybe? No, he's going to go into Anger Management. Increase the maximum rage by 50, raising the maximum bonus of its cooldown refresh rate to 75 and Hog Wild damage to 75%. Basic attacks grant 5 additional rage. ETC, are we going? What are we doing here, bud? Objective has been started. Falstead flying into bottom. Power sliding to the side. 13-5 the Skeletal Defenders. As a Hogger looks to set up the square bounce. It looks pretty decent for the time being. 19-11 Riptire from Junkrat. That's going to hit onto Sven for just 1 cooldown value. 25 seconds off the 75. 29-11, the objective phasing looking really good to Sweden too. Pyromania from Blaze has been active. And ETC is going to go into Death Metal. Holy Word Salvation, looking for the full channel. Takes it down to a 16-second, 17-second, however you want to look at that. But it is another Punisher over to the side of Team Sweden. Team Sweden, too, will get another Punisher. Power Slide onto the Blaze. There's going to be a Concussion Mine displacement. Augur looking for the Shockwave. Easy throw Dynamite, but the Chain Heal onto Max Passion's good. Falstead barrel rolls inside the Sanctification from Tyrael activated. Nazarite able to dash off as well. There's going to be a Fallen Shaman continuing to push up and top. Punisher in bottom lane will be assisted by the side of Sweden, too. That Observer? I am the Observer. I do everything. Punisher jumps over onto the ETC, the Leap of Faith, the Wind Tunnel from Falstead interrupting the Riptire, getting no activation. Frozen Punisher locking down structures for a few seconds as the core damage is also coming through. So this Punisher will get minimal damage onto the keep, dropping it down to about 80%. Jump over from the Punisher. Fallen Shaman has been pushing top lane right now. And we'll look at the next Punisher at just under 21 minutes in game time. It's going to be like 20 minutes, 50 seconds or so. Concussion Mine the zone. Oh, the big thing to mention for Falstead, though, he is getting quite close to finishing out that Mythic. 30 more stacks to go. You get 1 stack per minion kill, 5 for heroic kills. As my stomach just massively growled. Drune's Might into the bush. We do have the chomp from Orphea. The camp is going to be picked up here. Mid lane wave is pushed up onto the fort. I don't know if Orphea is going to be able to clear this in time. Do chomp. They don't save the fort. Second structure to go down against Sweden 1, and Sweden 2 has only lost their top lane fort, but here's the big thing. Mortar Punisher for the top lane. That keep get has been taken down. If the members of Sweden 1 get this, they actually could win with this. We're going to be looking at a 20-minute Punisher, actually probably like a 22-ish minute Punisher for the scaling. Jet Propulsion misses. Sven trying to get out of here with a staggering blow onto the Tyrael. A bit of a split fight from Sweden 1, but they will not be losing any members. We'll be getting chunked a little bit. Azerite with the invasive miasma active. Top lane wave slowly pushing up as well. Desperate prayer onto Wubby for a bit of extra healing. Wind tunnel up against the wall. Is there a mosh pit? Crushing Jaws. Sanctification is going to come down. Holy Word Salvation on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, Hogger on the left side is trying to make something happen. Does he have a Hog Wild to back out of the Sven? Needing to get out of here. Has no Hog Wild or anything. Or sorry, yeah, sorry, Hog Wild. I was thinking I was saying Cortipole. So he's dead for 50. He should be back up by the time the objective is here. What will the enemies be able to achieve in this time? Fallen Shaman, Minion Wave, and that's really about it. I don't think that they're going to be able to step up into top lane fort area. Falstead continues to soak mid, and he's going to be very close. No, he's going to be done, I think, off this Minion Wave right here. I believe there's enough minions available. Oh no, he's going to be like 2 shy, isn't he? He's 3 shy. He's going to go get bottom lane. He'll have flight for this. But Hogger is going to be close to respawning. He's going to respawn just slightly before the objective. Falstad gets his mythic in bottom lane, which is a big deal, but there is that periodic catapult pressure in mid and bottom to be concerned about. What's up, Cranky? It's been a very intense day of games. This is the 3rd best of 5 of the day. We've been going for almost 7 hours in casting. Falstead checks the bush with a hammering, sees the steel trap, he's going to eat that. ETC hanging around in case Blaze maybe steps in. There's going to be Wubby face melt, power slide to the side. Oh wait, Sanctification, Bunker comes down, Ancestral's there as well. Sven saved by the wind tunnel! And no Holy Word Salvation with the Light of Stormwind activation. There's going to be the activation in the bush right there for some allies all around. 16-second cooldown. Riptire does get 1 hit. A lot of heroics on the left side used. Crushing Jaws, Shockwave, Mosh Pit, and Holy Word Salvation getting close to... Well, some of them are available and some of them are just about off cooldown. 13-5 in defenders, though, and this is once again looking like a Sweden #2 lead. Mosh Pit from ETC. Zones. It is Death Metal ETC here. But he will not be taken down. Leap of Faith will pull. Holy Word Salvation. A lot of allies jump inside. There's nothing to interrupt. And it's the members of Sweden 1 pulling ahead with this Mortar Punisher for like the first time. There is a decent mini wave in bottom lane here, but I think the main priority from Sweden 1 is if we get this Immortal, I'm assuming they're going to push this 5 and try and end. As Falstead barrel rolls to the side to play it safe. ETC hit by a Jet Propulsion chastised. Is there a Leap of Faith needed? Desperate Prayer coming through. Riptire from the Junkrat will be utilized. Holy Word Salvation is not going to be interrupted at this time. Cassie is taken down by the Falstead. Azerite is low and picked up by Skog on the right-hand side of the screen. 1 for 1. 24-25. The bottom lane keep is taking significant damage. Blaze will fall as well. ETC, there's a wind tunnel to push Rhaegar to the left-hand side, and Skog will fall. 64, 63, 62, down to 54 seconds, and this bottom lane keep will not be saved, but they get objective. Captain Rex is gonna cancel the Hearth. Yeah, I want to see Falstead with the group here. I understand that they want to defend bottom lane a little bit, but I really do think that there's a lot of value that can be picked up here from the side of Sweden 1, who have been basically trailing, I'd say, in 75% of this map. They have really not had a lot of good moments outside of the post-20 era. ETC power sliding in, already getting damage on the keep. Riptire from Junkrat, looking for the triple. Ends up just getting 1. Punisher jumps over onto the Rhaegar. The keep is going to fall here. If Sweden 1 turns this around, it's actually going to be insane. They're not going core, they are going core. Big commitment right now. 5 on Blaze, 3 on the Tyrael, and they are gonna disengage. Oh my god, chat. Sorry, I'm snoozing ads really quickly. Orphea goes to clear up bottom as she has respawned. We do have Falstead flying in for this camp over here from mid lane. ETC gets a few autos onto the fort gate. I mean, a good wind tunnel into a corner could be a GG moment, realistically. Like, wind tunnel, mosh pit, crushing jaws, shockwave. There's so much setup to be careful about. Now, granted, of course, you know, you have ball lightning, riptire damage as well. Sanctification to counteract some of these moments. Or possibly. But that top lane keep is down, and there's still this fort here, so that's constant catapult pressure of top lane pushing in. Ball lightning onto the ETC. He's going to get a leap of faith, as well as the wind tunnel from Falstad. Ball lightning got a couple bounces, 32 seconds on the ball lightning cooldown. What's up, Desert? Good to see you, bud. I honestly don't know if I saw you earlier today. I think I did, but it's been a day. Chastise, not going to hit Skog. Does not have Holy Ground level 13. Hogger looking to bounce away. They're going to give the camp, and I don't blame them whatsoever. Riptire hitting for 1 cooldown value. Arcane Punisher in the bottom lane. And there's still fort available here. No keep or anything available. So if this next Punisher is won by the members of Sweden 2, it might be GG's. Unless Falstad flies to core and just tries to end that way. I missed this. I think I missed this from the Punisher. It's 84% on the core still on the left-hand side. Looks like the mid lane keep took a little bit of damage. The fort's still up and available, though. ETC and Falstad in the bush. Haven't been scouted. Rhaegar will be seen. Totem goes down and sees the enemies, and they'll back away immediately and start clearing wave. Hogger's on the right side. He is going to let this camp chill. Yeah, there's retreat ping. Okay. I think that was Sweden 1 saying, we're not going to harass this on the left side. We're just going to, you know, trade these. Orphea clearing out bottom lane. Same situation on the bottom lane. That fort still exists, so it's just constant catapult pressure that Orphea's kind of been stuck dealing with, and we're waiting for the next Punisher. I did not look up when the last one went down, but I feel like it's been a good 2-ish minutes, and we're probably like 30 seconds away or so from the announcement. But I will say this, Cranky, and everyone else hanging out here and lurking, a lot of the games today have been post 20 minutes. I think we've had 2 maps that have not gone to 20 minutes. One of them was 14-something. I think another one was like 18-something. But yeah, it's been a lot of really long games today. And that Fallen Shaman grab for top lane. Falstad did clear out the enemy Fallen Shaman already. Blazing mid lane is going to be taken. Sorry, he's going to be forced to use Bunker here. A lot of good damage onto the Blaze. He gets the Jet Propulsion side, but getting Bunker forced out is pretty decent. Falstad flies in. They need to win this objective, in my opinion, on the side of Sweden 1. If they lose it, I think it's going to be GG. Falstad and Hogger looking for a flank setup. There's going to be a spin, but it's canceled. Orphea looking to enter in the same angle here. ETC working on objective. Wind tunnel up against the wall. Hogger bouncing back over to the allied side of this engagement. 12-3 in Skeletal Defenders. The Junkrat poke is just too much to deal with. Cassie as well. Riptire is stunned by Junkrat. Steals more Skeletal Defenders. Fallen Shaman in top lane. Holy Word Salvation on the right-hand side as a few allies jump inside of that for some quick heals. Fallen Shaman in top lane is pushing up. If they lose this objective, I wonder if Falstad literally flies to top and tries to end. I can see it. Moshpit ETC onto 4, 3 members, crushing jaws. That's going to be Rhaegar, Tyrael, Orphea. Burgles is going to get the self-cast Ancestral. He will get the Farseer's Blessing. There's still damage onto core over here right now. Rhaegar takes... What? What in the world? Oh my god, dude, I'm losing my mind right now. Blaze is at core, 51%. But there's catapults over here. They canceled their hearts. The catapults. Oh my god. Falstad, he's committing. Oh my god, this is so intense. Falstad, he's on core, fighting against a Punisher and catapults. Wind tunnel to push the enemies away. The Riptire doesn't get the value. I cannot believe this. Are you serious? What?
I'm about to bust.
Me too. Jesus, what? My heart is racing, and I don't even play the game. Oh. I'm shaking for them. My Jesus, that was such an intense game. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
I can't believe that is heartbreak.
Wow.
That is heartbreaking. That is. I have no horse in this race, but that is heartbreaking for Sweden too. Ads are coming your way. Subscribe to the stream if you can. Thanks for being here. I appreciate every single one of you chatting, lurking.
Emotional damage.
For sure, dude. Welcome back, everyone, into what I keep saying could be the final map of the day. On the left-hand side, it's going to be Sweden 2. On the right side, it'll be Sweden 1. Sweden 1 leads with the 2 score in this best-of-5 series in the grand finals of the Last Chance Qualifier best-of-5 single elimination bracket. And this will be Deathwing first banned on the left-hand side by Sweden. Let me double-check this isn't a best-of-7. I don't think it is, but let me double-check here really quickly. All matches are best of 5. Okay, that's what I thought. Sometimes grand final, you know, they add in a little bit. All in or no balls, chat? Wait, are you asking chat if you should all in or no balls? Oh no, you're just gonna all in. Okay. Kaima with a casual quarter milli gamble hasn't even seen the results of the draft yet. Has only seen a Deathwing ban. Chromie will be banned away. Maev just now removed. And what do we have for the last ban right side? Is it Gul'dan? Do we get a Mephisto ban? I like the Gold. I mean, Stukov could also be considered a ban target as well. Has Garrosh been played? It's been 2 maps, and I don't remember. Really don't remember what's happened so far with that. But a Genji. Directions unclear. All in because has... Oh, okay, there you go. It's just as simple as that. First pick was chosen by Sweden too, as they are the losing side, and they'll grab the Johanna. First pick, or 2 picks on the side of Sweden. What do they want to start out their Braxis holdout draft with? I don't need to see the draft to know that one of these 2 teams will win map 3. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. What do they want to do here? You could Deckard and Gul'dan out the gate. I don't hate it at all for this map.
I will not be denied.
Urel, okay. Urel will be grabbed with the Gul'dan. The Gul'dan is such a solid pickup here. This actually could be Echoed Corruption. I'm a big fan of Pursuit of Flame, but Echoed Corruption does have some pretty good values as well. With the Johanna, sorry, I'm getting a little back crack going on there. Oh, that's better. What do they want to go into? You obviously need point control. Jaina can be picked up here for Blizzards on the point. Healer-wise, there's tons of healers still available as well. You know, I don't hate the idea of Sweden 1 picking up an Ariel for their draft. Rexar for the solo lane with Li Ming and Johanna. Okay. Could be Force Armor level 1 for Gia, too. Last bans on the right from Sweden 1. What do they want to get rid of here? Probably get rid of something in the healer pool? Unless there's some sort of auto attacker they don't want to deal with, like maybe Vala. Genji's already been banned. They'll get rid of the Ana. Okay, nano boosted Li Ming. Yeah, I don't want to see that either. I don't need to see the draft to know that it's being played on Braxis holdout. Oh, really? Oh my god, we have matching quarter milli gambles? Oh, Jesus. It's big! That's huge. Gul'dan Urel. Ariel ban wouldn't be too bad. Probably gonna be a tank ban. Could be a variant ban. No, the Ariel ban, okay. Because Varian isn't too bad here. Charge taunt, decent damage setup. We still have a ton of other tanks available, though. I don't know if they want to prioritize the Varian. Stukov on this map is not bad either. Point control with Stukov is nice. Morales Gul'dan is something we used to see, but I don't think we're going to see it. I do think that Deckard would be a solid pickup still for Sweden. Realistically, both teams could go into that Deckard Kane. So they'll grab Stukov.
We will forge a great
Why do I doubt myself with my draft theory at times? There's the Stukov and there's the Varian. Alright, last two picks on the left side. So Urel solo, Stukov heal, Varian main tank, Gul'dan as your assassin. Could go into another Bruiser and pick up like an Imperious maybe for the bottom lane. That wouldn't be too bad to follow up on Varian charged Hans. Celestial Charge Lurking Arm is pretty nice as well. Last two picks though, they need a healer with a good cleanse, I do think. High Five Lucio and Mephisto. Double mage on the left-hand side for Sweden. Considered one of the considered a bad draft theory. The big thing with double mage is that there's a lot of there's numerable numerable talents with significant cooldowns in length. Mephisto does get cooldown reduction, stuff like that. Triumvirate is pretty good, so it should work out pretty fine for Sweden. What's this last pick on the right side?
The swarm endures.
Zagara? I don't really hate it. She's got good poke, good siege. Spell armor's pretty good for her. Devouring Maw is nice. Well, let's see what we got. Could be the final map of the game. There is literally almost 1 million channel points on the line. Can you believe it? Lucio high five is hard to do on Stukov silence. Well, kill, it's just easy. Don't be silenced. Boom. Next question. Sorry, that was dumb as hell. I'm on my I'm on fumes right now as we are 7+ hours casting, but we are here on map number 3. And we'll see, can the members of Sweden 2 with Make, Mephisto, Max Passion, Rexar, Gia, Li Ming, Burgult, Lucio, Skog, Johanna, and Misha, played by Misha, be able to rally and take us to a map number 4, or will this be Sweden number 1 with the Captain Rex Zagara, Azerite, Gul'dan, Wubby, Urel, Gunnar, Stukov, Sven, Varian, going to shut things down in a 3-0. Let's find out together. Corpse Feeders, Zagara. Aetherwalker, Li Ming. You've got your Bird of Prey for Rexar, Accelerando, Lucio, Zealous Glare, Johanna. It is going to be your Fetid Touch for the Stukov, Mephisto with the Lightning Nova, Light of Terrabor level 1 for the Urel, and Varian is what? Wubby back on solo lane, Sven back on main tank, Azerite Gunner, Captain Rex, okay. What's up, Hauki? Good to see you, bud. Max Passion. Getting chunked a bit. Urel with the Avenging Wrath, the Righteous Hammer. Varian is going to look for a Lion's Fang, and that'll be first blood to the members of Sweden 1. Captain Rex a little bit low. Baneling Barrage into the fort gate here for a little early siege. And we do have your camp start out here on the right-hand side. Azerite will get some assistance from the Stukov healing pathogen spread, and that'll be Drain immediately as well. Varian rotating into bottom lane. And the early kill into Rexar is going to be a slight amount of experience. We've got Hellbats on the left-hand side. Hellbats? Yes. I always mix up Hellbats and Firebats, but it's Hellbats. Left-hand side, Goliaths and Raven coming out from the members of Sweden 1. You see the Hellbats as well grabbed on the top right. Top left camp hasn't been grabbed. Varian with a charge, no taunt activation, no level 4 for Sven just yet, as the beacons are active, and Zagara's a little damaged in top lane. Looks like it's going to be a 2-3 setup between the two teams. Rexar Li Ming versus Zagara and Urel. And then you'll have Johanna, Lucio, and Mephisto in the bottom lane up against Varian, Gul'dan, and Stukov. It is Pursuit of Flame level 1. I don't think I mentioned that. Already at 15 or 14 stacks. 30 stacks needed. But if Gul'dan does die, he loses all current stackage. If he finishes, he doesn't lose any stackage. So Azerite is just making quick work of this, trying to stay away from Mephisto Lightning Nova value. And it is going to be neutral objectives for now. First objective summoning is going to be blue Zerg Wave in the top and red Zerg Wave in the bottom. And then those, of course, are going to be swapping lanes every single time. Azerite a little bit low. It's a little bit of quick healing. He does have that Consumed Soul for the quick heal off of minions. Zerg channel begins for the side of Sweden 1. Sko gets some counter channel. 6 stacks needed. Varian wraparound has the taunt. Gonna look for maybe a Gia lockdown. Sven hasn't been scouted yet, I believe. Wrap around onto Gia. There's going to be the charge, but no taunt activation. Lucio's here as well. Gul'dan in bottom lane is going to try and back away from the Johanna. The Condemn pulls him in. Azerite, 28 stacks, is not going to be taken down. Drains some health off of the enemy. Back in the top lane, will be getting a little bit low. There's going to be a very charged taunt onto Gia. Zerg channel for a moment in favor of the side of Sweden too, as the Azerite level 1 is completed at 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Varian's going to join back in. Azerite can die here. It's not a big deal. Actually, it is a big deal because that's experience of the enemy, and Varian rotates in, gets the charge taunt, and that's going to be a second kill to the side of Sweden #1, who are looking to make... Oh, no! Who are looking to fight in top lane up against Gia, but that's going to be Captain Rex Zagara taken down. Varian rotating in. He'll not put a foot on the point. Actually, he will. Did we make it to Millie? We did. Oh my god, there's a Millie on the line in total. So Mephisto low. There is Zerg channel in favor of Sweden. And that'll be stalled out by Sweden 2 in just a moment. So we have 36 to 6%. Some damage onto the fort gate of bottom lane. This is the lane where Sweden 1 will have their Zerg wave, as the enemy will be able to pick up a bit more of their own. And Azerite just outside the edge of all of that Condemn and Lightning Nova value. Nicely done. Zagara neutralizes the top point and regains control of the north beacon to 26 to 36. As Stukov taps well. Azerite with some healing over time. Might have actually tapped well as well, right? I'm just going to take a look here. Yeah, 105. I literally, Kill was going to say the exact same thing, and then I'm like, oh, Varian, hello, rotation. Stukov. 5 of the... It's 15 stacks for Fetid Touch, right? Yeah, he did go into Long Pitch, by the way, which is commonly paired together, and top lane wave is still being pushed in. I mean, it's currently avenging Rathan from Urel. They do get the fort gate opened up a bit. Misha Kill is still a little bit of experience, and they do get the quarter kill. Gul'dan has not been felled in bottom. Stukov is continually getting healing pathogens out. It is going to be one good spread after healing pathogen infests 3 targets, which unfortunately I think Gunnar was anticipating Varian being down here a bit more, so he's not really getting much value out of that level 4 talent because you're not getting the 3 target infestation. Taunt from Varian I think was onto the Lucio. Burgolt is a little bit low. Sven still harassing here on the left-hand side, as Urel is not going to be joining in. That's a good Righteous Hammer to create space, but Sven's dead. Way too aggressive. Does buy a small window to get a little bit more Zerg channel. Wubby tries to stay on the point for a bit more channel. Gets up to 54% as the north side beacon is neutralized, but meanwhile in the bottom lane, Gul'dan is dumping in damage onto the fort gate with the inspired minion wave. That will be entire gate, sidewalls and all, taken down. Zagara and Venom Spine level 4 hit onto Burgold right there. There's a unique animation for it if you did see it. Zagara gets this north beacon. Make will hold south side, and we're getting ready for heroics on both teams. So let's go ahead and cycle through the other numbers like we always do. Alrighty. Zagara's gonna get a little Roaches summoned, Hydralisk as well. Arcane Orb hits onto the minion wave. Zagara's just gonna back away from Gia, Max Passion, and Misha. Right side camp to be worked on. Stukov will gain control of the south side beacon. Misha gets the north side. And a half a level to go on the right for this heroic for Sweden #1. No taunt onto Johanna. Condemn is going to be the answer back into Sven. Mephisto shading forward. Gul'dan with a few Fell Flames thrown out. Big thing to mention is 16 for Gul'dan with that Rampant Hellfire. That's going to be a massive increase in damage for Azerite. Rel is rotating down. I thought she was grabbing this camp. Zagara is just chilling on top. She's going to go spread some creep tumors, grab herself another globe from the globe spawn point. And that's heroics on the right side, but here's the rotation from Gul'dan. Varian into the top lane, Devouring Maw. Horrify from Gul'dan. Massive shove. Varian, I'm just going to cheat here really quickly and just take a look at what he picked up here. It's looking like it's going to be Warbringer. Yep. Urel's holding. It's not Sacred Ground, is it? It's gonna be Ardent Defender. That's what I thought. I could see a case for the Holy Ground on this map, especially. Heroic wise and left is here. Wave of Force, Durance of 8 Boars to be unleashed. High five Lucio, and it will be a Bless Shield Johanna. Zerg Wave. This is still the first Zerg Wave of the map. Almost 8 minutes in. Burgle is going to get the push off from Lucio, trying to back away. Zerg Channel continues. Gul'dan will be taken down. The Horrify from him landed on the scope, but it won't be enough, as this is Zerg Wave 95-96. Okay, so Zerg Wave in favor of Sweden 1. Varian does not get the taunt onto anyone, as Zagara will get some Banelings thrown into the Banelings. What a weird sentence to say. Massive. 3 Ultralists, 3 Guardians, Banelings, Roaches, or sorry, Banelings, Lings, as well as your Hydralisks. But never Lurkers. You never build Lurkers, chat. Except when you need to build Lurkers. Bottom lane fort, the Boars are unleashed by Rexar. Fetid touch from Stukov is done. Gunner's dead. Turns of Fate misses onto the Varian. Zagara's already managed the top lane wave, and she's actually pushing up onto the fort. Push off from Lucio on Sven, who's trying to make the rotation. The allies are like, you're good, right? You're good to back away. You've got this, right? There's going to be Wubby here, and Varian's done with his Lion's Maw level 1. Gul'dan and Zagara will take down the top lane fort. And first major structure to be taken down just sub 9 minutes in favor of Sweden number 1. I said it like a week or so ago, but when I used to play a little bit of competitive StarCraft 2 on stream, having a Baneling, like a massive grouping of Banelings, just absolutely erase a bio frontline is so satisfying. Like, you just watch them roll in and the entire bio line of the Terran just melts. Oh, taunt onto Lucio. But Wubby is not going to be looking to join in for any more pressure. There's going to be an ally charge, as you heard that sound bit right there. Burgle hit with a Horrify. Varian wraps around the corner, and that'll be Lucio taken down. Mephisto looking to back away. Varian taunt still off cooldown. Devouring Maw finds the Mephisto. Gia cornering themselves. Mephisto taken down. Gia has no way of getting out and will be sucked to death by Gul'dan. What a phrase. And the next objective, by the way, is going to be announced pretty soon. Weighted push on Stukov, from Stukov into Scope. Is there an Archangel call from Sweden 1? Yes. Archangel, the boss, is ready to go. And Zagara is going to make Swiss cheese of the bottom lane fort. So as I mentioned, the Zerg waves do swap here. So this will be red Zerg wave going into top lane, blue Zerg wave going into bottom. There's the beacons activating. Keep gates are equal. The Archangel's gonna flip a coin, and the Sweden 1's gonna hope that that coin flips into top lane. It does. It does indeed. That's actually huge for Sweden 1. They could get some keep gate pressure if before getting a possible Zerg wave as well. They're guaranteed 1 Ultralist, even if they get 0%. It was something that was added in a while ago. It's got to be, what, like 4 years ago they added that in? But it's a level lead. No talent to your advantage. 2 kill advantage to the side of Sweden 1. As the Archangel is pushing up onto Keep Gate with no defense of the enemy. Looks like Misha and Rexar are back there to defend. Firebats, by the way, Hellbats, by the way, will reduce armor of structures, not only the heroes. It's -20. Think of the Null Pack from... the Null Camp from Alterac Pass. Lucio going to try and get counter channel on the North Shrine. Wubby rotating up. No counter pressure to bottom currently. Johanna might try and do something with that. Bottom lane wave is being pushed up as well with the Bruiser camp. Bless Shield in the face of Stukov. He gets hit with the Durance of Fate that does spread over to Zagara. The Devouring Maw is the answer. Stukov taken down. Archangel cleared out in top lane. Zergwave still building up in favor of Sweden 1. They've got 27 seconds on that Stukov death timers. There's a very low Gia who will be picked off. Zagara going to try and chase in onto a few other enemies. Uh-oh, Mephisto. Lightning Nova onto Captain Rex, who's not going to double back. Varian rounds the corner with a taunt! High five Lucio. Zergwave top lane. And Skog with 400 HP is trying to get away, and I think will be able to do so as this camp in bottom is cleared out. Zagara's going to manage the Ultralist, but needs to play it a little bit safe. Rexar is taken down by Fell Flame of Gul'dan. That is a huge pickup in this. Oh, that was a drain for just the last little bit of damage. That's unfortunate. This could be keep here in top lane. I actually think this is keep in top lane. I don't think it's GG, though. Zagara clears out bottom, Hearth's out for full everything. She'll slowly rotate to the top, I assume, to help out the allies. Stukov is here as well. Healing pathogen spread to Stukov, who's very low, but will use Consume Soul. The Durance of Hate goes out as well, landing on to just the Stukov. There was a Blessed Shield as well. Horrify from Gul'dan activated. And the Zerg wave is getting very thin. The keep is dropping rapidly. Taunt on a Mephisto. Fel Flames are going to confirm the kill, and they're going to move in. Sweden 1. Are they going for the victory against Sweden 2 here for the 3-0? Rampant Hellfire was the 16 pickup for Gul'dan. Hitting enemy heroes keeps that 60% spell power when it's maxed out sustained. Arc. Core defense is firing rockets out. Zagara's going to try and get some more damage into the core. Banelings, Ultralisk autos. This is a taunt from Barry into the Johanna. Shatter Throw level 13 was his pickup. Guardian will be cleared away. A few percent off the core. Amisha Bear will be taken down. And we've got, 2 minutes until the next Zerg Wave beacons, like 15-30-ish? That's a big Durance of Hate that could turn things around in this core siege. Stukov falls first, but Varian then answers back into Mephisto. Damage over time will be enough. I thought the Lucio would have the damage needed. Oh, Azurite. Wave of Force from Li Ming gets the kill. Zagara continues to dump in Baneling after Baneling as Varian. That's a Devouring Maw to 3. And the core is dropped to 50%. As this is, I'd like to just see Sven and Wubby just get out of here, and they absolutely will. Oh. AJ, I'm assuming it's murky, right? Sweden 2 is just Chili Mountain? Pretty much, yeah. Oh, those couple kills. That gets 16 talents here, so there's at least that. You've got the Static Field, Mirror Ball up the frequency, Holy Renewal, and Rexar with the Aspect of Hawk at 13. What is he going, 16? Archangel, by the way, is up and available again. And the beacons should be announced pretty soon. I can't believe it, man. Sweden 1 looking so good in this map, number 3. Fetid Touch, by the way, for the Stukov is, Al-Fetid Touch. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Bless You from Johanna does get ripped over here. The Horrified from Gul'dan. I don't know if it hit anyone. The taunt from Varian lands onto Burgold, though. There's going to be a charge from Isha into a few enemies. Gul'dan getting Rampant Hellfire value into Gia, who's going to throw an Arcane Orb back. Sven low from Scope. Devouring Maw finds Make. High fives from Lucio left and right. Gul'dan has that Rampant Hellfire spell damage, as you saw, zoning back Li Ming. Camp and top and bottom will be pushing in, but those should be cleared away. This camp will be invaded. A lot of low health bars, by the way, on the side of Sweden 2, as the north side beacon will be controlled for the time being. The next Zerg wave for Sweden 1 bottom, Sweden 2 top. As we always mention, they swap lanes. Do they go straight into the beacon here? Varian on the right side. As the rest of the team looks like they're coming in from the left, but Varian's a little isolated from his own team. Needs to get some assistance from Wubby. And the Avenging Wrath in will connect, but now Wubby looking to back away. The Durance of Fate lands onto the Urel, but she pops the Ardent Defender in time and heals up to like 90%. Bless You from Johanna once again into a few enemies. Azurite a little bit low. There's going to be some Boars unleashed by Rexar, and Gul'dan will fall. Massive shove. The Captain Rex is low. Big Righteous Hammer, but Zagara still falls. And that'll be a Stukov to be picked off as well. The members of Sweden 2 are rallying, and they're looking to get a Zerg wave. Sven will be taken down in his rotation out. Going to try and charge over to Max Passion. Knight, Sweet Varian, no Finland. It's falling apart for Team Sweden 1. How'd you know? Because I know my community very well. Zerg wave plus Archangel top lane is being built up. Minion wave in top lane. Catapults are managed by Li Ming. The minion wave is whatever. That's experience, so you could go grab that really quickly from the core area, as Zerg wave is absolutely built up. Archangel will finish out just in time. Huge fight right there for Sweden 2. Humongous fight. Death timers will time out for the defense. Fort Gate is mostly still up. Gul'dan checking, like that. Play it safe, Azurite. Archangel takes down the gate immediately. Rexar Misho dealing with the objective down there. So this is an offset fight, in a sense, but you still have the Zerg wave, and Gul'dan just throwing in Fel Flames, doing his best to poke here and there safely. Gonna get behind the gate now. There's a Wubby channeling an Avenging Wrath in the bush, and Skog will scout that Avenging Wrath near the center gate and all that good stuff. The Archangel still very healthy here. Heat Gate is eviscerated. Bless Shield out from Johanna into the Gul'dan. If they take him down, that's humongous. Gul'dan chunked, but not killed. 20 talents here picked up with the Mimic. Oh no, Azerite! That's probably GG with Gul'dan dead. Or is it? Stukov lurking arm down the ground. The Dirts of Hate will find him. Devouring Maw catches no one. Gunner very low, trying to heal up. That is going to be Gunner taken down. Zagara falls as well. The double mage composition from Sweden 1 is gonna be successful. And we are heading into a map number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, Murky Mains, it ain't over. Sweden 2 puts one on the board at the most important time to do so. GG, well played. Well, it ain't over, everybody. We still have more maps to go. You did ask for 20. Yeah, I did. 18-minute 44. Alrighty, ads are coming your way, and let's figure out what's the next map. Are we gonna keep it fun and go to Sky or something, or is it gonna be boring and go to Cursed Hollow? Or Dragonshire. Dragonshire is so boring for me. Welcome, welcome, one and all. We're in map number 4 of this best of 5 series. Towers of Doom is gonna be our map number 4. And can the members of Sweden 2 reverse sweep? Bandits out here like, please God, no. Alright, audio good? Yep, we're in game. Let's see, so Sweden 2, they get a massive turnaround after a core defense goes their way on Brax's holdout. They find a multitude of kills right after that. They run at core with Archangel and a full Zerg wave, and they take it. Sweden 2, looking for the reverse sweep. The momentum has begun. But can it be sustained? Sweden 1, they just need to win Towers of Doom. The members of Sweden 1 have opted in for first pick priority as the losing side, and that means that Sweden 2 will choose Towers of Doom. I appreciate your commitment to casting these games, Baha. Oh, of course, Kaladin. I love, like, I've said this throughout the day. I love Heroes of Storm. That's why I'm like, Blizzard, frickin' hire me for BlizzCon. Like, if there's anyone, if there are any casters out there that like, love this game and have the passion for it, it would be me. Please hire me, Blizzard. I love this. I am honored I get to do this. I get to stream. I get to cast. I love this career that we have. So thank you for, you know, the kind words. I really do appreciate it. I work hard, and I hope you guys do appreciate the hard work. We have fun here. We get silly. We get on tangents. But all in all, at the end of the day, I'm honored I get to do this, and I hope you appreciate the hard work I put into it. So it is going to be your Dahaka Deathwing on the left-hand side. It is going to be the Kerrigan and Medivh band. No Medivh shenanigans in this Towers of Doom game. But Maiev is the first pick for the side of Sweden 1, which that's a big grab. Maiev is a huge asset within this tournament. She has been a big playmaker for a lot of games. All right, Diablo Leoric. They're going to lock in a solid main tank. They're going to get Leoric as well for double soak from mid to top. What do they want to grab mid to top soak as well from Sweden 1? Now, as we're in this map number 4, 30 heroes are unavailable. The bans don't carry over, but technically 34 have been banned away of the 90 in the hero pool of Heroes of the Storm. What do they want to do here for Sweden 1? Is it going to be something simple into the Diablo?
The light abandons no man.
I'm assuming it's going to be Maiev Uther. Lost Vikings doing top mid. Is this a Wubby Lost Vikings? Because Sven is typically the Lost Vikings player I see. Now, of course, there's role swap, so I'm not going to commit to it just yet, but Wubby Vikings would be interesting because I don't know what to expect with that. Ban-wise, left side, maybe a second healer like Ana, because Ana has not been played yet. She was banned in the previous map. It's going to be a Vala ban. I really do think it's going to be double healer, Lost Vikings top mid, Maiev, and something else, like a mage with burst. Here's a cheat. Probably a healer ban with the Diablo Leoric. I think this should be a healer department ban. Maybe like an Ariel, actually. Ariel would not be a bad ban for a little bit more control, Detainment Strike and stuff like that. Zeratul is a good Viking hunter. I did forget about that. All right, Sweden 2, you have the opportunity to do the funniest thing and pick up a Butcher and literally run after the Vikings constantly. Sweden 2, you have the funniest opportunity. You have the opportunity to do the funniest thing here. Healer-wise, you got Lily, Morales, Ariel, Ana, I believe. You also got the Alex Straza. White main is up at 2. Tyranda's there. Jaina Diablo with Leoric and Tyrande. Pretty classic combo, I would say. Could be Ring of Frost, Ring of Frost and Apocalypse. I would anticipate it to be Entomb, Lightning Breath with a Water Elemental. Starfall from the Tyrande inside the Entomb. Zul'jin, Stukov. Stukov was played last map, Kala. Coming in late, talking about shit you don't know. Yeah, Stukov was just played.
There is always
Hildeus will rise again.
So it'll be Ariel, which I was anticipating. You got the Uther, Maiev, Vikings, Greymane. Also, Zul'jin has seen, like, I want to say 0 play in this entire tournament. I don't think there's been a single Zul'jin. There may have been one, but I really don't think so. He's really, really out of popularity.
It is time.
I think Sweden 2 have a really good draft. I'm not going to lie. I think they have a really solid draft here. We'll see how it all works out. Get your gambles in. As I said, could be the final map of the day. Any quarter milli gamblers out there? Anyone put in quarter milli and get quarter milli? You know, maybe put that back into the game. Maybe we get a map number 5. Let's load on in and find out together. It is a Wubby Vikings, by the way. It is a Wubby Vikings. I actually don't know what to expect with this. Here we go. Map 4 of this best of 5 series, everybody. Almost 8 hours of straight up non-stop casting. Let's get it. Left side of the map, looking to take us into a map number 5 in the final best of 5 of the day, is going to be Sweden 2. Zul played by Make, Skog on the Diablo, Burgult is your Tyrande, Gia, Jaina, and Max Passion Leoric. Right side of the map is Sweden 1, looking to shut it down, get out of the last chance qualifier, make their way into the league stage for next weekend with Azerite, Greymane, Wubby on the Baylog, Olaf, Eric, the Lost Vikings, Gunnar, Uther, Captain Rex, Ariel, and Sven is your Maiev.
5, 4,
but what is happening with
3,
the first Sentinel of the game, Burgult?
1. Let the battle
Bum
begin.
bum. Bum 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 bum. First Sentinel hits GG. We're going to map 5. So this is going to be Shade, Zul, Moonlit Arrows on the Tyrande. You've got your Viciousness Greymane. That is going to be Explosive Attack for the Baylog, by the way. Hammer the Lightbringer for the Uther. Searing Light Ariel. Maiev is what? It's Naisha Memento, Osin's Renewal on Leoric, and Devil's Due Diablo with your Fingers of Frost for the Jaina, as left and right camps will be picked up. Oh, Zul'jin has been played once. Thank you, Nika. During the group stage, how many games do we have? It was like 25 or something in the group stage because we had the forfeit from USA 1. Vault avoids the Bone Prison. So Zul looking like he's going to be in the 4-man. Shade level 1, by the way, increases your Bone Armor cooldown by 10 seconds. So now it's a 40-second cooldown. Looks like the Viking tracker is working. I'm trying to select a left side hero because I always feel like that's the way to make sure that the Viking tracker works. So long as you don't click on a Viking, I think that doesn't break it. Yeah, it just jumped up to 3. Sapper, 1, 2, and third is going to be cleared out before it gets the charge in, but the sidewall's taken down. Hey, someone quarter millied. Someone believes in the map 5. Now, I will say this. If we get a map 5, I am going to take a small moment to take Bandit outside because he really, I think, needs to do some business or something. Granted, he might just power through it right now because he's a good boy. Because of the time change last night, we didn't have time to go for a walk today, but next weekend should be completely fine. Whoa, mid lane burst onto Azerite is high, but not enough to take down the Greymane as the Grenade Cocktail's going to be thrown in. That's going to be a Shadow Charge level 4 for Diablo. Typically, we see Shadow Charge, it's Apocalypse. Could still be Lightning Breath, with the Entomb and everything, but I think this is going to be an Apocalypse setup. Maybe Ring of Frost. I like Water Elemental personally. Captain Rex is going to try and back away. Azerite lunging into Gia, who's going to get a quick heal from the Tyrande. Azerite low. Big heal from Captain Rex. Gunner able to back away as it is Jailer's level 4 for the Zool. And Jaina, by the way, Frost Shard. Frost Bolt will now pierce the first 2 targets. The Frost Shards, I see it here and there, but this is the map where I feel like I see it the most. There is a Frost Bolt build that you can basically get, like, Gatling gun Frost Bolts. Want to say we saw it during the group stage from one of the teams. I want to say, like, Germany #1 did it, or, like, France #1. So one of the teams did do the Gatling gun Frost Bolt, because there's a cooldown value you can get later on as well. Wave of Light, Scout Skog in the bush. Captain Rex is going to get the initial channel, but it'll be interrupted by a Fire Stomp. Shadow Charge onto Gunner. Sacrificial Soul was that 4 pickup, as I mentioned, which is going to give 10 souls when a wallbang is achieved by Diablo. I guess wall collision's a more practical way to say that, right? Alright, Max Passion delays out Wubby on Olaf really quick. It is going to be your Eric the Swift. Captain Rex in bottom is low. Taken down by... Honestly, if you kill someone with a Lunar Flare, you should get an extra stack, in my opinion. Or you should get, like, a reset on Lunar Flare, kind of like how you do a Sentinel. So, shots overall will be in favor of Sweden 1, as they do get 8 into Sweden 2, but they are going to lose a couple members here. They'll have their camp stolen away from them. And 96 souls for the Diablo. He is going to go into Malevolence level 7, which is basic attacks cause Diablo's... Basic ability, sorry, causes Diablo's next basic attack within 6 seconds to deal an additional 137 spell damage, stores up to 2 charges. Viking will die to Zool, no big deal on that one. Next objective phase will be top left and right. Typically these are traded, unless Sweden 2 maybe gets the heroic ahead of time, but getting 2 levels within the next, I think, like 2 minutes is very undoable. Jaina, by the way, does have that mythic for her baseline at the 30,000 damage milestone. She has the ice block, not ice cold. I keep wanting to say ice out, and I know that's not right. Well, it's about a half a level difference right now. Tyrande does get a reward at the 10 mark, 20 mark, and Mythic at the 40. I have not seen a Tyrande surpass like 25 to 30 stacks. I think that's kind of the highest I've seen. Uther with 33 on the Hammer, the Lightbringer, of the 75 needed, so he's nearly halfway. Viking top scouts out. Make and Max Passion on this camp. Sentinel gets thrown up, and I think a Viking on the right side will go for the channel, but the thing is, since it's just a Viking, it's going to probably get interrupted. Actually, no interrupt in time, so yeah. 4-4 in shots as the bottom lane siege continues. We do have Lunar Flare missing onto Greymane. He's going to get hit with the Huntress Mark, as you see that sort of red arrow on his body. And it's 4-4. It's still going to be a 4-point game. 28-32 as the heroics on the left side are here. Apocalypse, Starfall, Water Elemental, Entomb, as well as your Skeletal Mages. Bone Prison onto Azerite. Hugs the gate. Will be fine for the time being. Sven looking for an Umbral Bind or something. Actually, no. No glow on the glaive right there. There's going to be Jailers completed. Is there stun onto Diablo? Doesn't look like a water elemental summoned by the Jaina Apocalypse activated by Diablo. Loon's chosen here as well. Crystal Aegis to mitigate some of the burst damage. Maev going to try and get some Fan and Knife resets here. Does have the pin down level 4, but not pin done. Stun from Uther onto Diablo. Skog is getting a little bit low. The Lunar Flare comes through. The Orc with a Skeletal Swing takes down the Uther. And this is going to be Sven trying to back away. Is there another Skeletal Swing? Vault of the Wardens allows the jump over the Sentinel. Uther did have a couple Ghost Heals. But this is going to be your camp stolen away. And Sweden, too, have 3-0 in kills. Half a level lead, maybe a little bit more. And they might get some siege in here. But it is currently a 4-point lead to the enemy, as we're about 7 minutes in. The boss is up and available. As you can see that on the top center of the map.
Once more, the altars rise from the depths.
Lunar Flare never misses. It just sometimes hits an unintended target. Isn't that called missing? Isn't that like partial? Isn't that like kind of a definition of missing? Sentinel did go out. Lunar Flare gets 1 stun for the 8th stack. The big thing is getting to that 10 mark for the 30% range increase. Curse Bullet chunks on a scope. It is play again for the Vikings. We do have a Containment Disc, Crystal Aegis, and Divine Shield. That Vikings can't be on just 14 stacks. That's got to be broken already. Wubby going for the channel here. Does get it. 24 to 32, an 8-point game. Azerite hit with the Lunar Flare. Up to 9 stacks for the Tyrande. Almost 9,000 for the Jaina as the Water Elemental's immediately cleared out. Rayman Inner Beast is a little active here as you see that purple glow in the weapons, but that's going to expire as he does mount up and rotates into mid lane. Yeah, I think the Viking tracker broke. Maev's Spirit of Vengeance. Leorc is going to get the Wraith Walk away. No containment is thrown onto him. Apocalypse from Diablo into the bottom lane. There's going to be a Crystal Aegis to mitigate the Bone Prison and the Apocalypse stun. Skeleton Mages have been summoned as well. And I'm going to check out Viking stacks really quickly. Yeah, he's at 24. I was about to say 14's a little too low. The Orc does get taken down by Greyman in the top lane, by the way. Greyman's going to continue sieging here. Opens up Fort Gate. Maev is working on a camp. Has the Naisha's Memento at level 1. Slight off topic, but I always wonder this, and I know we have a lot of WoW heads in chat. What is Naisha's Memento? And I'm assuming it has something to do with World of Warcraft, right? Or Warcraft 3, but any lore heads in chat? I'm just curious. First bullet on the Mach-Aid. Oh my god, Azerite damage. Chunks Mach-Aid to 25% of their health, just about. Maev will get the Vault of the Wardens. Containment disc onto the Diablo. Diablo silence for that 1.5 seconds after Containment disc does expire. Single objective, center of the map. Will we see 4 more shots into the enemy core? It's currently 24 to 32, an 8-point game, leading in favor of Sweden 1. What, Migs? Nice Memento Raz. Like, what does this correlate to? I've never heard of it. Or, like, in the sense of, like, you know, is there any sort of correlation to Warcraft 3 or World of Warcraft? We do have Sappers in bottom. Viking is pushing top lane. He doesn't have the inspired minion wave here because he's currently microing Eric to run to the left-hand side. Apocalypse activation. Cleanse from the Uther onto Azerite, who gets the Razor Swept to the side. Containment Disc onto Diablo, 2 from the Orc with the Skeleton Mages on the side. Crystal Aegis will be activated onto Captain Rex. I do believe that is the Divine Shield onto Sven. The Maev, as there's a Bone Prison onto this Ariel, and it is the amplified damage level 13. Vikings gonna try and sneak the objective just below. Stun from Uther. Gia has the Frostbolt to get 1 delay. Wubby will lose a Viking. That is gonna be Azerite chasing on a Max Passion, getting that kill. But it looks like 4 shots will finally come out. Oh no, the longer they delay, oh no, they can't take down the fort quick enough unless the Vikings play again. Burgle should have the channel. It should be 4 shots. Yeah. So 24 to 28 as Uther has been taken down in the rotation to top lane. Some Vikings will slow down the rotation of the enemy. 7 to 2 in kills, favoring Sweden 2. The experience overall is fairly equal. Fellow Warden of Maev's friend. In Warcraft 3 is Maev's friend. She dies in the Sagaris tomb. Okay, thank you, chat. Thank you, I appreciate it. It's just fun to know these things. We're here, we have a lull in the game. Why not? Water Elemental utilized here to tank tower shots and clear out the top lane enemy fort. Jaina, by the way, does have her first reward or milestone. She's got the ice block, and she's now looking for that 30,000 for the ice cold. Diablo looking to play off the Crystal Aegis onto Ezra right here, 117 HP. Uh-oh, Maev, does she have a cleanse? Vault of the Wardens will also be used. Big entomb from Leoric, but Gunnar is gonna pop his level 16 benediction, and he unfortunately will be taken down. That is repeated offense completed by the Ariel. So she's got the extra damage. It is Wizened Duelist, by the way, for Greymane. Unfettered Assault level 13 with the Alpha Killer as well. Might see Tooth and Claw. We've been seeing a lot more Tooth and Claw lately, which I absolutely adore. Love to see variety in some of our player builds, as the Searing Light was used to try and take down Skog, but it's obviously not going to be enough. Reservoir of Hope, 1 stack already. Center Teleport has opened up since we're 12 minutes in game. Bottom lane Bell Tower is going to be converted in favor of Sweden too. If they get 2 of the Bell Towers, we're looking at a 21-18 game. If this is a 2-1 trade overall, and it looks like, based on the minimap, yes it is. Greymane, Curse Bullet. Azurite gets 1 delay. He gets the... He's going to Razor Swipe onto Max Passion. Did go into... Oh no. Maev is going to be taken down. This could be even more than the 10 shots, because if they lose more members, they could, on the side of Sweden 2, go for boss. And just like that, the lead of Sweden 1 eviscerated. 21-18, a 3-point lead on the left-hand side. But it's Towers of Doom, it's anyone's game. A Viking will be lost in mid lane, as we are about a level lead. Members of Sweden 1 have given a lot of kills away to the enemy. If you're curious about Viking tracking, 34 regeneration globes currently. Let's go ahead and quickly take a look at the experience breakdown. Obviously, heroics are going to be a lot. Minion experience is minute by comparison. Structures is also a ton. Another Viking to be taken down in bottom lane. Sappers, 1, 2, 3 could be fed in to make this a 6-point game. Vikings are going to play again in top lane, by the way, if you saw that slight animation bottom. Sappers are close to getting over the line, but won't. Diablo gets hit with the containment disc. Is there any play into him? Bone Spear for the Zula level 16, by the way. Spectral Leech and Mithril Mace is what I was meaning to say earlier. I saw Max Passion's Wraith walking through enemies. I feel like a lot of Leoric players, subconsciously, they start Wraith walking and they're like, gotta Wraith walk through the enemies to get my ominous Wraith valid. It's like, wait, dude, you didn't take it. It's not gonna do anything. Max Passion able to get to the side. Osin's Renewal will be active. You can see the glow on him and also that jump in health. Double Altar Phase coming up in the center and bottom. Viking trying to push back the bottom lane as things are starting to fall apart here for the side of Sweden 1. Blizzard comes down. Azurite rooted. There's a Divine Shield applied. Apocalypse is there as well. Azurite wants to get out of this entomb so we can do something. Needs to roll to the side. Sven caught by a... Oh no, that Bone Prison's going to be good for a kill. It's falling apart for Sweden 1, chat.
The altars in my name.
There's no way Wubby gets this in time.
Enough of this charade. Bring down the
Down to 8 HP. They can make it a 4-point. They can make it a 21-4 game if the members of Sweden 2 run for boss in top lane. I mean, they have 20 talents here. Why not? Oh, and Sappers go over the wall. Oh my God! If they needed one more. Well, there's only 3 in lane, so it's gonna be 21-1. I do see the rotation to top lane, but I don't know if they're gonna be going for this. Entomb with the Buried Alive, Curse Bullet onto Max Passion, Bone Prison onto Captain Rex. There's gonna be the Crystal Aegis. Greymane will be taken down as Captain Rex is the next to go, and that's an easy call for boss, right? One 21-1 as the Vikings are going to try and invade and harass this a little bit. Maev is currently working on the bottom lane. Oh my God. The reverse sweep is so possible as map number 5 is looking very doable. I can't believe it, dude. This is such an insane series. From that map number 2 ending, to the Braxis turnaround, to this wobble at the start, but then just complete control from Sweden 2. So, 20s are here on the right side, though. We do have that Tooth and Claw, so basic attacks cleave for 100% damage, increase razor swipe damage by 100%. Vikings with the Fury of the Swarm, you do have your Redemption for Uther. It is the Diamond Resolve for that Ariel's a quick Viking kill in mid lane will be achieved. You also have the Shadow Orb Huntress for Maiev. We didn't talk about left side, but it's going to be the upgrade on Skeletal Mages with the Cold Hand of Death. Hellgate Diablo, Celestial Wrath, Winter Mute, which was nerfed slightly in the last patch, but it's still great. And Buried Alive, as we mentioned earlier. Uther's dead. He has the Golden Swirl. He has Redemption. Containment Disc onto Diablo. Vault to the Wardens from Maiev. Containment Disc onto her, actually. That was a weird interaction. Jaina does have the Ice Cold as well. And one simple channel is needed to be able to make this a map 5 setup. Hellgate Diablo, overpower, Shadow Charge, big damage onto Maiev as she gets the vault to the side. Apocalypse is coming through, Divine Shield into the Greyman as he looks to dive into the backline of the Bergwolf. That is going to be Max Passion low. A Viking will be lost to the Nexus forces. The Orc will fall. Vikings play again, and this is 5 shots into the core of Sweden 2. Alright. If they win this with 1 HP, that'd be absolutely just most insane. Containment Disc onto the Tyrande. Fan of Knives will not be pinned done. I actually thought that was the Quadra hit. Sappers will be charged into this in bottom lane. Mid lane keep is still available, though.
The red team has destroyed a fort.
Bro, what if they get the barrage and turn it around with 1 HP? Jaina's working on top lane. I don't think the barrage is really going to begin here. Greymane lunges in. Minion wave is here. Jaina's going to get the north side top lane keep back in control. They won't lose mid lane. Containment Disc onto Leoric. Single objective coming up next in the bottom of the map. And a Viking will be taken down by Leoric right there. Alright, boss is up in a minute 56. Oh, God. I'm so stressed for both of these teams. Like, I get the positioning of Sweden 1. Like, you want to end, you want to win here, you want to be done. It's nearly midnight in Central Europe. It's like, what, 10-2? It's like 23-50. Minion wave in mid is going to get near the fort, but it won't prioritize the structure. It could all come down to this here. Viking Globes, by the way, if you're curious, 49. Jump. Bone Prison will land on a Wubby Eric. Max Passion setting up for a flank. Vikings will play again to join in. Maiev over here in the bush on the left-hand side, maybe looking for a jive into the back. Fan of Knives poking. Hits no one. Wubby going for the channel. The Orc will have an interrupt, I do believe. Diablo comes with the Shadow Charge and will be able to get the kill. Entomb, only onto Azerite. Viking dies on the left-hand side. Play again down for 76 seconds. Max Passion a little bit low. Apocalypse coming through. Umbra Bind, Divine Shield onto the Greymane as he lunges in. That's going to be Diablo utilizing his Hellgate level 20. And Eric starts the channel for 4 shots into the enemy core to make it 12-1. Scope taps well. Viking is given the channel. Top lane boss, 32 seconds. 12-1. Stun, double stun on the Sco, Curse Bullet. Diablo chunked here. Souls are at max. And Tyrande, by the way, is at 17 Lunar Blaze stacks. 3 more and she gets the Piercing Sentinel value. Top lane wave is pretty thick here. The Vikings will probably deal with that in a moment, as we do have a couple respawns coming through. And boss is up. I'm assuming this is going to be immediately grabbed, right? Ooh, no, they're going to play it like they are grabbing it. Sentinel to get vision. Oh, that's tons of vision. Yeah, they knew that they're setting up in the bushes here.
Assist your king.
Oh my god, dude. Entomb does not find Uther. Stun onto the Leoric. Curse Bullet chunks him as well. Maiev comes in with the Umbral. Oh, no, that was the Drain. Okay. Boss tag. Greymane starts it. Sentinel. Scouts them like they're in the... Oh, no, they saw the thing. But they're just going to give this, right? Play it safe, give this. Play for the next objective. Here's the thing. If Sweden 1 gets a Finland, there's enough damage to win the game. Or Sweden 2 just gets one channel and then it's GG's. Umbral bind. Skog chunked a little bit here. Lior trying to Wraith walk out. That's an Eric to be lost. Play again for the Vikings is available. Second Viking to go down. They should play again soon in the mid area. Entomb from Lior, capturing 2 of the Entomb. That's looking like we got a channel from Tehran on the left-hand side. No one there to interrupt in time. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to a map 5. It all comes down to the final map next. Will the reverse sweep be achieved by Sweden 2, or will Sweden 1 shut it down and take the series? Oh boy, everybody, we are gonna... Oh. It all comes down to our next map. I just want to say before we run the last block of ads of the day, thank you everyone for being here. As we get ready for map number 5, if you have a Prime Gaming, if you're enjoying yourself, if you appreciate the amount of work that has gone into today on my end, please do consider. I'm gonna bust you up real good. Please do consider subscribing. If you'd like to gift a sub, it's much appreciated. A reoccurring tier 1 helps us out a ton. Tier 2s and 3s are great if you can afford them. If you got a Prime Gaming, do consider it. But ads are coming your way. Final block of ads of the day. I will tell you this: Curse Hollow, Dragonshire, Garden of Terror, Haunted Mines, Sky Temple, or Tomb of the Spider Queen are the last map options, and the members of Sweden 1 have opted in for first pick priority. Let's get the ads out of the way. Let's get going. Let's find out what map 5 has in store for all of us. Map number 5 in our final series of the day. This is the grand finals of the last chance qualifier for Nations Cup. The winner of this Dragonshire map will represent Sweden in the league stage. There were 3 Swedish teams. It all comes down to these 2. Let's find out who's making it in to the league stage starting next weekend. 4 best of 3 Saturday and Sunday for 5 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. Either way, here we go into Dragonshire. Genji banned out the gate. 40 heroes are unavailable. 44 will be banned away. Well, 44 will be unavailable as we get into the actual picks. Hero pools are getting thin, and I think this is the game where we're going to see some very interesting drafts. I think this is going to be some, like, Kale Fuzad, maybe some Cho'Gall, maybe some Samuro. I think this is going to be a very interesting setup here. But Dahaka banned, Kerrigan banned, Genji removed. Blind vote on Sweden 2. They got Make. Well, it's 50-50. Perfectly balanced as all things should be. Deathwing continues to be permabanned here. All right. What is our first pick on the right side for Sweden? Do they lock in a main tank out the gate? Is there some sort of main tank they want to utilize here? Is there some sort of healer they want to prioritize early on? I doubt it's a solo lane early pick. So much can be used. Are you going to be casting the entirety of Nations Cup for us? Of course! Of course! I haven't missed a single, knock on wood, I haven't missed a single map yet. I have been here for every game. My YouTube channel has previous matches going up, so if you want more Heroes of Storm content, _YouTube. Every single game is edited. We cut out the in-between time. It's just literally draft, game, post-screen, draft, game, post-screen, etc. And I upload a video every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So YouTube is a great way to catch more of these games in case you missed any of the group stage stuff. I've got most of group stage edited. I need to get more group stage editing done. But either way, yeah. Actually, I think group stage is completely edited and uploaded, and I think I just have to work on the last chance qualifier this upcoming week. But my YouTube schedule's scheduled out to like mid-April already. Muradin, first picked on the right side. There's the summer. Wait, Abathur? Is there...
Ready to roll out.
Muradin Samuro Hammer. up against the Mei and Vala. We get into the mid-ban phase. Probably healer. I don't think it's an Abathur ban. Though I do think they are going to Abathur. Morales with Hammer. Also, I mean, like, Stim onto Samuro and Muradin's not bad. Ana's still available, I think, right? I don't think Ana's been played. Ana would be a solid ban unless they plan on taking it inside of Sweden 1, but they don't have first pick after this ban phase. I'm actually flabbergasted that Chromie has not been played this entire time, and she was not perma-banned every game, so... So, Mei, Vala... Abathur actually could be played for Sweden, too. Because you can go Abathur, Healer, and Solo Laner, and Hyper Carry on the Vala, and that could be pretty good. Yo, what's up, Ember? You're still streaming? Yeah, dude. 3 best of 5s. Final map. Final map in the best of 5s. It all comes down to this. Possible reverse sweep from Sweden 2. Get your quarter-milli gambles in. You know what they say, if you don't use it, you can't win more money with it. Deckard, Sonya, Vala, Mei, so the Abathur could be slotted in for Sweden 2. Need a healer with the Hammer, Samuro, Muradin. And what else?
I'm not checking in.
I don't hate this draft, actually. I don't hate this draft at all. Umber!
Yes.
Congratulations on your 30 watch streak. Abathur, like, I actually think that Sweden 2 could go Abathur, and it would work out really well with them. I think Abathur, Symbiote on Sonya, Symbiote on Vala, all very viable. It's just, do they want to do that, or do they just want to pick up a mage here?
Let the games begin.
It's not you have Medivh GG, but that is a scary pickup at the end. All right, chat, it is the final gamble of the day. It is the final map of the day. Let's make it a big one. We already beat 1 million. If you guys want to try and do that again, by all means, let's get into it. Is the reverse sweep imminent, or will Sweden 1 shut it down? Yeah, that Medivh is scary, I'm not gonna lie. I would not like to be the members of Sweden 1 right now. I think Sweden 2 has the better draft overall. The Hammer is scary, but with Medivh, I feel like the Hammer is just a joke. Not like a joke, but I feel like the Hammer's gonna be dove on and killed. All right, everyone.
Heroes, prepare for combat.
Left side of the map is gonna be Sweden 2. Make, Vala, Burgle, Deckard, Skog on the Mei, Max Passion, Sonya, and G on the Medivh. Sweden 1 on the right side, as I keep saying, looking to shut down this reverse sweep, which kind of feels imminent. Wubby on the Maltfield, Gunner on the Muradin. That's surprising. No, we had that earlier, because we had Gunner and Sven swapping roles. Sven will be on the Samuro, which is not surprising. See, that's the other X factor. Like, Sven's Samuro is really good. Captain Rex will be playing the Ana and Azerite and the Sergeant Hammer. As we load on in, and we're getting into the mid-engagement, thank you, everyone, for being here today. I know there's a lot of places you can be watching content on Twitch, and there's a lot of places you can be watching Heroes of Storm. Thanks for choosing our channel. I hope you appreciate everything we've done here, and let's get going into the final map, as we do have some potions thrown out from your Deckard already. This is going to be a couple auto attacks from the Samuro. He is going to go Way of Illusion at level 1. You have your contact healing for the Ana. Advanced artillery for the Hammer. Your Muradin is going to be going to Dwarf Block and the Death's Reach for Maltfield. Sapphire Deckard. Heat Transfer Mei. Toughest Nail Sonya. Portal Mastery Medivh and Vala with the Creed of the Hunter. Final game, final map. Thanks for being here. I just gotta say, everyone, I love you all so very much, and thanks for being supportive. Whether you've lurked, whether you're chatting, whether you've subbed, gifted subbed, I thank you, everyone. This has been such a fun day, and I hope you appreciate the hard work I put into this to create a really fun place for you guys to watch games, and hopefully not get ads in the middle of them, as I'm gonna snooze one more block of ads, so we don't get any more ads. This game won't go for 35 minutes, right? Hammer gets Siege Giants for bottom. The enemy team has already gotten theirs. A couple auto attacks from Ana going out as well. Oh my god, we broke 1,000,000 again. I love you all so very much. Malthiel gets taken down as I'm looking at other stuff, as we do have Vala getting the first kill. 23 stacks. Portal for Medivh is going to be set up. Sven, not rooted, but Vala almost has the rundown, but Muradin's presence, I think, was enough to dissuade the Vala from stepping up.
Way to go, dude! Right!
Street Preacher, thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Wickedly generous of you. Thank you, bud. I'm watching from a Long John Silver bathroom. Why not tell the staff so they can join you? You know, all get in the bathroom together. Icing from the May onto Captain Rex. A little bit of pressure's there. There's going to be an Arcane Rift from Medivh. 14, 15 stacks for him already. Vala's almost on one of her Creed of the Hunter stacks, by the way. Needing to get 50 for the first 1% increase. And Samuro is just getting a little bit of soak here in mid. He needs to hit heroes with his mirror images crits. Every time a mirror image critically strikes a hero, Samuro gains 0.25 attack damage up to 10, and after you hit the hero, you get an additional 30. Let's not make it weird, Baha. What? Maybe Long John Silver employees like watching Heroes of Storm in the bathroom too. I don't know. Uh-oh. Muradin. Gunner. Dead. Second kill over to Sweden 2 here. As Medivh is rocketing up on those baseline stacks. 23 for him. 23 for the Samuro. 76 on your Vala. Make. My god, bud. Make is like... He's turned on the turbo mode. If you remember those old controllers where they had like the turbo modes on them. That's what Make has done in this game for his Vala play. Scoreless ceiling, huge damage, icing from the May, Blizzard comes down, Captain Rex's zone, and possibly chunked multi-shot is not enough. And the Hungering Arrow won't be able to take down Captain Rex. No well tap activated. As Captain Rex, I think, is waiting for well tap to come off cooldown. Oh yeah, 32 seconds. Oh, Meow, you got a gifted sub. Welcome back to the Bahamuts. Bunch of cuties got a hit with that gifted sub from Preacher, as that is a hit onto Ana. A third kill to the side of Team Sweden number 2. Bowling ahead by a quarter level. Make vaults to the side. Burst of Will from Medivh, as Vala is going to get some free stackage. She's at 102 at 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Huge. All right. Levels are flowing quite quickly, but half a level is still building up. Let's cycle through the other numbers. Hello, Buttons. There you go. Look, Buttons, I know it's the end of the day, but you can't... Wait. My Stream Deck buttons are not working. Wait, that one does work, but this one doesn't? I don't know, man. Hopefully it does when I push it. There we go. Hungering Arrow into Azerite. Make will not be able to find fatal damage. Multi-shot. Muradin looking to step in. Potion... thrown back, icing from May again. Captain Rex! Bullied! As Make gets the final hit. Heroic experience is pulling ahead significantly here for the side of Sweden 2. As they want to represent their country in next week's league stage as Sweden. And they would be, from my understanding, they'd be the only Swedish team in the league stage. We have a couple duplicates with, I believe, France and Germany. Maybe Poland. I'd have to check the bracket, but I do not remember off the top of my head. Stormbolt out from Muradin. Thunderclap down on the ground. Dwarf tosses to the side. Rain of Vengeance, Wrath of Berserker, Leyline Seal, Stay a While and Listen, as well as your Ice Wall for the May. Medivh is done with baseline Arcane Rift. I do believe this is the biggest gamble we've ever had on the channel. Alright, we got Illusion Master for your Samuro at 10. Napalm Strike for the Hammer. Nano boost as well, which is expected. I was going to say Torments of Souls probably, and Muradin is Avatar. Yeah. I was going to say, please don't go Haymaker. I really think you need Avatar in this game. Sonya grabs left side camp. Roderick Cube goes out. Ana's going to be not rooted from that. Healing Dart onto the Muradin. He's going to step up. Icing from Mei goes in. They're going to try and split the Muradin. Ice Wall blocks Muradin's disengage. He'll be forced to use the Avatar. Scroll of Ceiling captures 1. The Stay While and Listen onto 2. Meanwhile, Samura on the back line trying to get some more base or level 1 stackage. Sonya and Malthy are going to have a back and forth in top lane, but it's still 4-0 in kills. No Dragonite has been grabbed by either side. Icing from the Mei. Stormbolt out from Muradin. Skog is going to be able to get that potion of healing. Vala's on 150 stacks at 7 minute 19. Make has just been rent-free, just living down here, getting autos. The healing also from Deckard has been really on point. Healing Dart goes out. Skog is going to Hearth out for full mana. Samura's microing his mirror images into Max Passion mid lane. Malthea trying to push things up in top. Actually going to get some decent damage into the Fort Gate. Nicely done, Wubby. My gosh. Vala's stackage is absolutely out of her mind. Make is just... Make is like, this is the best game I ever need to play on Vala right now to confirm our slot for the league stage, and man, they're doing a great job. Portal from Medivh set up. They're going to try and dive onto the Ana. She gets the Sleep Dart out, the Napalm Strike as well. Muradin Dwarf Toss. He's got the launch level, or the heavy impact level 7. Multi-shot goes out. Samura trying to get some auto attacks onto the Vala up to 36 stacks. Portal set up by Medivh. Or at least one location is. We do have that Ana Sleep Dart connecting on a few enemies back there. But with the current trajectory, I mean, 16... Oh, no. Sergeant Hammer locked out from back and behind her own gate. The icing in from the Mei. A lot of good healing coming out from the Ana with the Biter Grenade applied to the few allies around. Did go anti-healer level 7. Squirrel Ceiling finds the Hammer. She'll siege up. Hover Siege level 7 to float forward. Rain of Vengeance mitigated by Siege Tactics level 4. Stay a while and listen after the Scroll Ceiling is, or after the Leyline Seal is pretty decent. Captain Rex will be taken down. Nano boost on to Sergeant Hammer. She's going to siege up. We do have the portal for the disengage, and Hammer's not going to find much nano boosted value. Gunner, I think, is dead. Skog might be able to take down Azerite, but needs to play it safe. Sven, the real Samura's going to swap mirror images and head to mid lane. Malthy and Sonya have been having a lot of back and forth trading, but it's not going to be anyone really winning out outside of Malthy. Well, actually, no. The top lanes are slightly the same. There's a little bit more damage, a little less damage on the right side. As you can tell, I've been casting for way too long. Nearly 9 hours straight today. Napalm strikes do go out. Blizzard down from the Mei. And that'll also be your Way of Illusion level 1 done for the done for the Samuro. Hammer with a Napalm strike and a few mines into the lane. Portal from Medivh set up. Which way is it going though? Flank from Samuro. Make gonna be not utilizing the portal for any Raven Familiar activation. But with the 7-0 in kills, it is going to be a level lead, talent to your advantage with 16 now here. Make with 239 stacks. Icing, met by a concussive blast of Hammer. Ice Wall to maybe block the path. Gunner low, Avatar activated. Vala with 252 stacks at 10 minute 40. Make is having such a fun game right now, I bet. Almost a 2-level lead. Muradin 3 stacks away from getting the piercing and the cooldown reduction value on a Stormbolt. Vala vaulting forward. Medivh is going to throw out an Arcane Rift, and still no structures have been taken down, but this might be the start of that as Azerite is chunked. Healing Dart from Captain Rex is good. Portal from Medivh should get into the kill. Doesn't have a minion wave just yet. Make's gonna just step up and just get a few autos. Force of Will activated. Fort taken down. Dragon Knight available in mid lane, but I don't know if they really have the priority for it. Make watching old HCC matches to get ready. I'm assuming that was like an autocorrect thing and you meant HCC or something. Siege? It's 9-0 kills, Jesus. Sonya holds the Sunstride at top. There's going to be a rotation from Ana, but a portal from Medivh is set up, and yeah, Sonya's able to back away easily. I'm just like, I'm reeling from this. How hard Sweden 2 has reverse swept this so far. Oh, sleep down into 2. Napalm Strike goes out. The old man is woken up. Skog is going to be able to get into the Dragonite. And where is this taken? Leyline Seal connects onto Hammer. Savage Charge to kick Murden further away. And we're going to be seeing mid lane fort worked on. Smurrow Mirror Image rotating to mid lane. Savage Charge kicks the Ana further away. Sonya joining in the rotation towards mid lane. She's actually, I think... No, she is. Nope. I'm watching minimap and Sonya's like, yes, no, yes, no. Mid fort goes down. Dragonite rotated towards top. 49 seconds, 20% left on the Dragonite. Savage Charge onto Captain Rex. And that'll be your portal for Medivh to back away. Oh, Zing C! Got you. Some people use text-to-speech, and sometimes it just makes up weird things, so it's... But no, I remember who you're talking about now. Scroll of Ceiling. Samuro gets caught by the ice wall. Or no, that's Verdant, sorry, getting caught by the ice wall. Gunnar is going to try and Dwarf Toss out. He will be able to do so. I got to point out, Make with 287 stacks at 14.5 minutes in. What will hit first? Level 20 or the 300 stacks? Probably 20, because it's evident right here. Oh, actually, no, one more wave is needed. But Sonya's going to probably grab it off this camp. Singing from May. Verdant Dwarf tossing in. Stormbolt onto the Vala. Blizzard's here as well. Deathless game for the side of Sweden 2. As we do a Farflight Quiver. Respect the Elderly, Shatter for the May. Ignore Pain. As well as your Medivh cheats. Malfield looking to jump onto the enemies. A tower shot reduces Skog's armor for a moment. Vala is max Kree to the Hunter, and she has not died. So, 25% bonus attack speed and 6% hatred bonus damage per stack. With Manticore, Farflight Quiver, this is scary right now. This is very scary if you're the side of Sweden 1.
And the Dragon Knight's power.
Deckard holds Sunshrine. No one in bottom lane just yet. Actually, Sonya's down over here pushing a wave up onto the keep gate, trying to weaken things a little bit, but Wubby Malfield is going to be forcing her to take the portal back, and looks like Deckard... Who's going to get inside the Dragonite? Skog or Burgle? Skog, okay. Is this taken bottom lane, or do they confirm a secondary, tertiary...
For you.
A third fort. Do they confirm the third fort? It looks like yes. So now where are we taking Dragonite, though? Because the enemy team is about to hit their 20s. But it feels like Talons have been pretty much it hasn't been really a part of the conversation at all. It's been just dominant play coming out from Sweden too. Heat gated bottom lane takes a little bit of poke damage. Roderick Cube going out, scroll of ceiling, zones. Sidewalls and towers mostly taken down. Bird and Dwarf Toss inside the Leyline Seal finding Malthael and the Sergeant Hammer. Samuro's going to be walking onto Max Passion. He doesn't really care. There's going to be Dragonite at 50% with 27 seconds left on its timer. Savage Charge kicks the Murd into the side. Keep in bottom lane is falling. Vala outranges structures by 0.2 at max hatred. So she can continue to auto attack in. Wrath Berserker from Sony activated. Is this a push in for win? No. I heard Wrath, so I was anticipating maybe more aggression, but it's 20 talents here with the Fear the Reaper, Mountain King, Ultra Capacitors, Nano Infusion, and 3 Blades Style for the Samuro. But a humongous lead for the side of Sweden 2, and a possible win condition through bottom lane. Oh no, the real Samuro. Stormbolt misses on Namake. Skog is going to double back through the portal here. Nano boost onto someone. It's Malthael. Ice Wall finds him, though. Leyline Seal right before that, I think, too. Stay a while and listen, and Max Passion lives because of it. Burgolt will be taken down. Dwarf Toss in from Murden. Malthael still diving in deep. Is going to be dropped a little bit low, taken down by the Mei. And Murden has minus 40 armor. Vala wants to chase, but she cannot sustain it. 3 Blade Style, it has to do with the mirror image health, so mirror images only deal half the damage they take to themselves, effectively increasing their health by 25% and their duration is increased by 16 seconds. Whoever wrote this is an engineer because it is one of the most confusing verbiages in Heroes of the Storm. Samuro mirror images only deal half of the damage they take to themselves. Who wrote that? There's gonna be Medivh taking down the Muradin. Uh-oh, Ham. Oh, no! Bye. That might be GG. That literally might be GG right there.
Red team's core is under attack.
Only an engineer would write a tooltip like that. Well, it makes sense to me. You wrote it, though. Yeah, exactly. Malthael is here for defense with Samuro. Wubby taken down by a Vala auto attack. Rain of Vengeance onto the Samuro as he also gets caught by the Leyline Seal, the Ice Wall. They don't care about a Finland. Ladies and gentlemen, Murky Mains, Maev Masters, Silly Samuros, Champion Shoguls, and your Masterful Murkies. That is a reverse sweep from the side of Sweden 2, and they have taken this final map.
Use the break!
No! The final map in the Last Chance Qualifier. GG, well played! That is it! That is it! If you enjoyed yourself today, be sure to follow. Thank you for hanging out. Check out the YouTube. Join the Discord. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you, everyone, so very much for a fantastic day